Close your mouth and read the comments. Dapa manufunga mdomo. Wamejua siku hizo, wamekujua sana.
Happy Clara, tumengoja sana. Stacy Mutindi back to back. Zipi, huyu sasa ndio type yangu. Zipi naye atatufanya vibaya huku jamaa. Zipi mate inamwagikanga tu kwa anaregesha huku juu ya wageni wote. Masitura, karibu sana. Zipi anasema iko fiti. Donde Prince, karibu sana. Victor Njeri, niaje Dapaman Gotea Bosi, show iko sawa. Happy Clara, niko ndani. Rabes, mambo ni live. Stacy Mutindi, ambia Bosi anipe hiyo jacket ni match nayo handbag yangu. Hii ni koti, sio jacket jamani. Stacy Mutindi. Georgina nasema iko sawa. Hesbon anasema fiti sana. Emmanuel Mukori, mweshi wangu. Samuel Kibet sema mambo iko live. Rispa Gasheri, guest ni Mali. Edwin Noer, finally tumeshaanza. Happy Clara, munuachie huyu. Justin Mogaka nasema mambo ni live. Kironko watching from CBD. Kemunto my MP. Emmanuel Mukori tena sema Gotea mheshimiwa wangu. John Wangui, Dapaman niko na fomu yako bro. Fomu gani? Na basari. MP atanipea basari huko. Really life nasema MP wangu ashadunda, nimefurahi. Edwin Mokwema, tuko ndani hadi asubuhi, asante sana. Rispa Gasheri, asante sana. Emmanuel Mukori tena, na umetuma salamu. Robin Mutwitu, top sana. Inkonsi anasema huyu ni MP wangu ama ni swali? I think ni yeye.
Yani anauliza juu MP wake.
Kama amemuona.
Wow.
Yeah. Owe Kanzu, hello. Step Big, ambia Bosi akujie dawa ya kipara.
Kwani ni ugonjwa? Mimi kipara yangu ni intentional. Excuse you. Na kwanza inaanza kumea. Amoni nywele. Unajua kuna baadhi ya mademo wanaenda kwa salon na nywele kama yangu na wanataka washukue braids.
Braids aje?
Na wanashukangwa.
Sio tu anatoka kawa wameshuka. Hiyo inaitwangwa human hair.
Wow.
Sasa hii utashika aje hii Bosi hata wewe jamani? Leo umeamua kunipanga.
Niona kwangu Umoja Market.
Umoja? Lakini tuseme ukweli, hii unashika aje?
Unaona kwa ukakazirishanga dem, nataka kusikiza unaongea kwa.
Na hizi zinatuanga tu. Hazisimami.
Dapaman, leo nimekupeleka Kitutu Chache South. Unajua huko ni wapi?
Kwa Kisii ama.
Mbona unafanya sini kwa Kisii kwani kwa Okale? Yeah, but now when you narrow it down to
Bosi, niko nawe kesi. Niko na hujanifanya vizuri leo.
Mbele ya Mweshi.
Pia umeniaibisha mbele ya Nigeria. Heri Mweshi ni Mkenya. Sasa Bosi, unaenda kukula keki peke yako. Najua nimefeel vibaya sana huko nje baada ya kuona keki.
Keki gani?
Kuna mahali umefinya tu vizuri tu kistaarabu.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Huwezi jua juu ni mheshimiwa aka hapa. Kuna tu mahali umekula tu vizuri. Mimi niko tu hapa. Najifanya unalenga story, si ndio?
Me, I don't know what you're talking about.
Bosi, hujakula mahali leo. Leo hujakula mahali.
Mimi? Me, in fact, I'm starving. Mimi kama sisi ile nduma ulileta hapa.
Nimeleta nduma, unaona venye unajifunga. Mimi sijaleta nduma.
Whatever it is, zile mawaru kubwa kubwa.
Inaitwa sunjuchu.
Hiyo sunjuchu hiyo.
Sasa sunjuchu hiyo mbichi ilitoka Kisii.
Hata mimi nimechanga.
Sunjuchu ni maboni. Moja ilitoka Kisii. Hiyo mbichi Davido ndiye alileta. Tunajua Davido ni Mkisii. Yeye ndiye alileta. Alafu sasa venye ulikula huko pia kuna mtu alikuletea hapa zawadi. Hiyo zawadi ni yako na Omoshi.
Karibisha mgeni.
Yeah. Mgeni. Yes. Chamini kuangalie tu kwa heshima na taadima ndiposa ni kuongelesha. Mimi naitwa Dapaman. Huyu ni mdosi wangu. Naomba tu nikusaidie kinywaji, lakini kabla nilete kinywaji nataka kusoma hivyo orodha ya vinywaji. Sasa tuko na kinywaji kama sharubati. Sharubati inafuatwa na maji fufutende. Baada ya maji fufutende tuko na kahawa. Baada ya kahawa tuko na espresso.
Espresso pia ni kahawa.
Sasa espresso kumbe unajua. Sasa espresso ni kahawa chungu
kabisa.
Inakujanga nusu kwa glasi.
Iko glasi yake ndogo inajaa.
Alafu sasa baada ya hiyo espresso tuko na warm temperature. Warm temperature
water.
Sasa baada ya hiyo tuko na hot water.
Okay.
Kwa hizo nilete gani?
Room temperature.
Room temperature. Okay. Yeah. Asante sana. Karibu sana on Obinna Show live.
Asante.
Enjoy your time.
Nashukuru.
Haya. Mdosi. Chai.
Ya maziwa. Ya kawaida.
Sasa tu ngoje nikuulize.
Tunakujua.
Haya, sawa sawa.
Tunakujua.
Enjoy.
Asante. We will try our best.
Try.
Pole pole. Unajua sasa mambo hapa ukimbiza hivi pole nini hapa sasa. Unaona Mwesha amepiga topa. Topa. Mwesha amepiga topa.
Imematch na kofia.
Wakisi wamechange
Siku hizo Wakisi ndio ana lead.
Bwana.
Mweshi nimedanganya.
Unaona luku?
Wakisi ndio.
Kwani mbaramba okay.
Wakisi siku hizi luku
tik
suone hata juu chini
lebo
socks nyonginyo imeendana na toja.
Umeenda longi toja.
Wewe moja
Ndio hiyo.
Hiyo itatesa Instagram.
All right, let us start the show. Davido Pandisha. What's up, everybody? Your Gadi Top is in the building. It's Monday, and it's Monday. It's time for some good vibes, all right? I'm talking about some inspirational and motivational conversations. Yes, it's going to be one for the books, because on this platform, when it gets to Monday, we come live to you from Samaki on Othaya Road, and we sit over here, want to educate you. Especially this particular episode, there's a lot that you are going to learn. All right, besides that one, okay, we are going to be entertaining you, because Mwesh pia sikwe serious sana, mambo tena sasa nianze kuchemuka sana. Because video zake ma video tumekuwa naona pale Mwesh breathe. Okay? Breathe, we come peacefully.
Yes.
Tuliona mama wenyu na Duale. we are peaceful. We are peaceful individuals. Na tuliambiwa tusikasirishe Wakisii, sasa sisi Kisii are our brothers.
Yes.
And our sisters.
Yes.
So we is peaceful. All right, so we're gonna be having some good vibes as well. All right, after this one we're having the Pluto. Pluto ameshaingia kwenye nyumba mazee. Yeah, we're gonna be having Pluto next. Then after that one we have Mr. Kede, so stay tuned for that one as well. And if you just tuning in, you've missed two very interesting conversations. Vinde was here, a very, very interesting conversation. Yeah, he's a gentleman who's between spaces. He's trying to figure out he's struggling, the mom is struggling, and the fact that the mom is struggling is making him feel so bad about himself, just trying to guide him. Like, hey, no. It will get there. And before that one also, we had a very interesting conversation, some Nigerian and some South Sudanese. Yes. Okay. Dapa man. Sudanese moja ni Sudanese. Wengi
ni Sudanese. Msudanisi mmoja
ni
Msudanisi.
Wakiwa wengi?
Wasudus ni wengi.
Sudu?
Inabaki Sudan.
No, in English.
Umeuliza kwa Kizungu? Sasa bosi wewe, unajua tu siwezi jibu.
Wacha niongee na mwesh basi. So I've had two Sudanese nationals. Yeah, so we've also had a very interesting conversation with them. You should check that out. But for now, it's gonna get a little bit political. Yeah, but it's the first time that we're hosting this gentleman. I've intended to host him for the longest. Nimemtafuta, mara ameenda huko kwa ground, mara amekimbizana na Duale, mara but finally he's here. For the first time on Obinna Show live, makofi tafadhali. Mheshimiwa Anthony Kibagendi, Kitutu Chache South. Kitutu Chache South inakuanga iko?
Kitutu Chache South iko Kisii Town. Inaanza Kisii Town. As you go down to Oyugis, we border Homa Bay County and Kitutu Chache North.
So Kisii Town is your jurisdiction?
Yeah. We share Kisii Town with Nyaribari Church.
So mmegawa katikati?
Tumeigawa katikati.
Ni hapa kwa hii barabara ukiingia hivi Kisii ama bado inaingia kidogo maki napita huko?
Unapita kidogo ukianza kuona the affluent part. Ile unaona ni duo, ukiona pale iko na duo carriage, kuna street lights, hapo ndio Kitutu.
Huko ni kwako. Amegawa vizuri sana.
Yeah, zile nyumba kali ni huko Kitutu Chache South.
Huku nyumba si kali.
Huku ni kwa
Nyaribari,
lakini ni ndugu zetu na dada zetu.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yeah. I've looked for you maze. Hupatikani.
Ndio huyu mimi.
Finally. Tada.
We are happy to be here.
Karibu, it's an honor to have you here. This is Obinna Show live.
Yep.
Me and this young man, we do this here. We were jobless, so tukajiandika kazi. So tunapiga hapa pole. Mjengo yetu.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Wonderful studio. Great machines here.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with what I'm seeing here.
Asante.
The facilities you have.
Yeah.
I know you'll grow to become a proper media house.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Sema proper media house, kwani sisi proper media house.
Ile mtakuwa na studio zenu.
Si tuko na studio yetu ni venye tuko kwa hoteli.
In your own building and stuff like that.
It's mobile.
Yes.
No, technology. Yeah, sasa utafuti building, tunasonga na vibe.
Great.
So they don't know
I believe the next time we'll do it from Kitutu Chache South.
Hey, mame, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hata hii by the way tungeifanyia huko. But well, sasa tuko hapa. Ulikuwa Mombasa?
Si kwenda Mombasa.
Si wewe ni ODM?
Mimi ni wa ODM.
Hukuitwa?
Niliitwa lakini sikuenda because I thought it was too soon to have a celebration. We needed to have 40-50 days ya kuomboleza baba before we can go to Mombasa to celebrate. And you realize it was not a celebration. Watu walienda kuleta fitina na kupigana na hiyo fitina inaendelea mpaka sasa hivi. So I thought it was not prudent or necessary for me to go to Mombasa.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay. But I feel like we have a lot of people with Baba's passing. People have a lot of mixed reactions.
Yes.
The people think it's the right time. The people think it's not the right time. The people are like, okay, why are we doing this? The people, no, we should not do this. For example, let's talk ODM. as a unit, there's a lot of confusion happening.
Yes.
There's tuko broad based, tuliwajwa broad based. There's atuko kwa broad based, atuko kwa government. There's nyinyi piganeni lakini sisi tunatoka tunatafuta yetu kivyetu. Kwa hiyo the whole shebang, where are you? Where do we place you?
Number one, mimi consistently,
I
have not been in support of broad-based.
Even
when Baba was alive. Consistently, I've been on the side of the people. The side of the people, ni kusema, there are a lot of things that need to be done before we can even get into this broad-based arrangement. And out of that, a few of us have come together tukaanza kitu inaitwa Kenya mpya. And that is where I belong. We have members of parliament from across the political divides. Tuko na Wamushomba wa UDA, tuko na Babu Wino, tuko na Sifuna, tuko na Caleb Amisi, Fred Oundo, Clive Gisairo, Barongo, tuko na wengi sana, Jack Wamboka, huyo ako DAPK. So we are, I can call it a progressive movement ambayo I associate with either sides. Focus is to speak on behalf of the people of this republic.
Oh wow, that's commendable. Mmejitoa, mmejiweka kwa space yenyu.
Yes.
All right. So we'll come back, we'll talk about ODM politics, we'll talk about Kitutu Chache South. We'll come talk about Tanzania, we'll talk about Kenya. We have a lot to. Unaona venye files. Niko na files hapa.
Yeah.
Wacha nizipange. Hizi zote ni receipts. Ziko mingi.
Yeah.
But before we get into all that, kwanza nataka tuongee tu Baba kidogo. When was the first time you met Baba? Why did you idolize Baba? Then what made you join ODM? Then I will come to Baba's passing. Where were you? How did you get the information?
Great. Now, I first met Baba in the year 2004.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I was a young man studying kule Maseno. I'm told you come from around
That's
Maseno.
my home. Maseno is my home.
Yeah. Mi nilikuwa Maseno University. Na pia nilikuwa Maseno School. Yeah.
Ooh, Chopi. He's fine.
Yeah.
Nyini watu otola.
Yes. Now, after Maseno School, I joined Maseno University and I was running for student leadership. So nikatafuta Baba, nikammeet pale Kisumu Hotel. Kisumu Hotel that time was being run by Maseno University. Ilikuwa ndio students wa kitu inaitwa hotel and institutional management. That is where they were doing their practicals. So I met him there. Alikuwa na Mama Aida and I introduced myself, told him I'm running for student leadership. And he told me, he asked me, what is your vision? You know, he asked me a few questions. You don't just, you know, and when I really presented myself well. And Baba thought it is prudent to support this young man. And he had 40,000 shillings in his pocket. He removed the amount, counted 5,000, put it back in his pocket, gave me 35,000. That is like 350,000 shillings today. So that is the first time in Maseno University that a student leader aliran na alikuwa na colored posters. The first time in Maseno University.
Hiyo 35,000
hiyo 35,000. Of course kulikuwa na beste yangu mwingine alikuwa anaitwa Aden.
Aden sounds.
Yeah, alikuwa na House of Funk. Yeah. He passed on, he's Muslim, so alizikwa haraka pengine ndio hukujua. Aden pia alini support. And I had a system ambayo ilini support that time, but the biggest support came from Baba. And then after that, in 2005 kulikuwa na referendum ile ya chungwa na ndizi. Again, Baba aka-reach out, akanambia ebu mobilize watu wakuje Kisumu, Moi Stadium. That time mimi na student leader mwingine alikuwa anaitwa Mike Koros, alikuwa chairman, mimi nilikuwa secretary general. Alafu kuna jeshi ya Baba ilikuwa Kisumu, watu kama Joshua Nyamori na jeshi ingine hapo, tuka mobilize vijana wakajaa stadium. And the first time the word Orange Democratic Movement ilikuwa uttered was in Kisumu Moi Stadium. Na mtu alisema hiyo kitu anaitwa Najib Balala. The first time yeye alisema the Orange Democratic Movement. And again, that is of course when I started interacting with Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, William Ruto. They were all in the same team. And politics vile iko, that time you may not believe, most of you were young. Kalonzo Musyoka was the most profiled politician that time. He was the most walikuwa wakifanya polls between Kibaki na the opposition. Kalonzo ndiye alikuwa juu. But Raila stood out, akaamka yeye na William Ruto, wakajituma, they went to the people, and by the time we were getting to 2007, they had overtaken Kalonzo Musyoka that time for the presidency ya 2007. But I appreciate that through my association na Baba, I learned to be resilient, I learned to be fearless, I learned to put the interests of my country ahead of other interests. And indeed, out of associating with Baba, I also appreciate the importance of having a very dedicated and supportive wife. Just like Mama Ida, I equally have a very supportive wife at home. And she's watching.
Well, I guess it's going to be a peaceful night tonight in Mheshimiwa's home.
Yes.
Aliambia, ukikosa kunitaja, ulale huko samaki samaki. Hi, Shemeji, how are you? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you knew Baba for a while.
Yeah.
Do you have any happy moments? Maybe just two, the most happiest moment of you and Baba that are not, maybe not political?
The happiest moment is in 2010.
Okay.
I was during the preparations for my wedding, I reached out to Baba to support me, and he told me he would come for my wedding. But on the wedding, 2 days before the wedding, I called him. He was not in Kenya, he was in Germany, and he sent KJ. For those of you who know the MP for Dagoretti South,
okay,
he sent KJ to represent him in my wedding. And he sent KJ and Mwaura, Isaac Mwaura. They were both in Raila's stable.
Okay.
So they both came and represented Raila in my wedding. So that is one happy moment. Of course, he has disappointed me once. In 2017, I won nominations, but the party thought it was not prudent for me to get the nomination, and they gave the nomination ticket to someone else. But that is politics. I think they felt I was still young, and I needed to be grounded a little before.
Uliwin nomination ukanyimwa ticket?
Nikanyimwa ticket 2017.
Kwani haukutoboka? Si ulifau ni
asikuwa na kakitu.
Oh.
Na sijui kama watu walikuwa natoboka anyway.
Basa hii umejua.
Hata 2022 sikutoboka. Baba alinipigia, mimi nilikuwa advisor wa William Ruto. Mimi ndio nilianzisha UDA. Mimi nilikuwa advisor wa William Samoei Ruto.
Okay.
Sisi ndio tuliweka William Ruto kwa ikiti.
For real?
Yes. I was in charge of all the by-elections when I was in Ruto's team.
Ngoja.
Between
mko DM.
Yes.
Hapo mlikuwa mpaka na Ruto kwa hiyo mbogi.
Tulikuwa na Ruto
hiyo
kwa ile
inception.
Hiyo nilikuwa mtoi.
Bado ni mtoi kwa kampo.
Haya, nikatoka hapo nikaanza chama yangu, ilikuwa inaitwa VIPA, Vijana Progressive Alliance.
Umeanza mpaka chama yako?
Yes.
You've lived a full life. Ati VIPA.
Yeah, nilikuwa na Vijana Progressive Alliance.
Okay.
Around that time, Baba was so big, akani-ignore, nikashikana na Kalonzo Musyoka.
Okay.
2007 elections.
Kalonzo
Musyoka akarana, akakuwa namba tatu kwa elections, akaekwa, na hiyo sukari unaeka ni mob.
Nilikuwa na ngoja mtu aongee. Mtu aseme, sasa si mimi napenda mautamu. Alafu mimi mtu wa gym, so I'll just sweat it out. Don't worry guys. I'll play golf tomorrow, I'll sweat it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a long story hiyo ya VIPA. Okay. Lakini in 2017 ODM, between 2013 and 2017 nilikuwa kwa forum ilikuwa inaitwa Friends of Raila Odinga.
Okay.
Tuka come together, mimi, Sifuna, kina Babu, hii jeshi yote kama unajua Owalo, hiyo jeshi yote tukatengeneza team ya Friends of Raila, tuka lobby vijana wa support Raila, tukatengeneza hata another communication team ilikuwa inaitwa Rumbek, tulikuwa na jeshi kubwa sana hapo, mpaka kina Gabriel Oguda, hiyo timu yote tulikuwa tunapigania baba. During the nominations, sisi vijana wote tulikuwa kwa timu ya baba tulinyimwa nomination. Silvanus Osoro tulikuwa naye kwa ODM, akaruka akaenda chama inaitwa Kenya National Congress. Sifuna alikuwa na run Bungoma, akanyang'anywa ticket, akaletwa kuran Senate Nairobi. Babu Owino was the only young person na Caleb Amisi wenye walipata tickets. Caleb Amisi kutoka Saboti na Babu Owino Embakasi East. All the other young people somehow tulipigwa nje. So mimi nilijam lakini nilikuwa kastar. William Ruto akanitafuta, akaniongelesha, akaniambia watu wamekupiga nje, kuja utusaidie hapa Jubilee tukue re-elected alafu taran 2022. So sababu nilikuwa nimeshika nare, nikataka kuonesha watu wa ODM ni nini walikuwa wame lose. Sasa hiyo unajua huko Kisii ODM ilikuwa like 80%. Nilikuwa na timu yangu huko mpaka saa hii iko inaitwa Siafu. Imeshika Kisii, Nyamira mpaka Kuria. Kuna jeshi, lakini si jeshi ya kuterrorize watu, ni kumobilize tu na kusonga kazi. So hii team nikawaonyesha that all the young people tulikuwa nao. Kulikuwa na mwingine anaitwa Nyangena Womanga, he lives in the US. Pia alikuwa na run Bomachoge Chache and various other young people across the larger Gusii region. So William akanita. William pia ni deadly kwa ku-identify talent.
Yeah.
So akaniita mimi, akaniambia nataka ukue in charge ya Kisii, Nyamira na Kuria. Ugeuze vile ulikuwa umetukimbiza, cause nilikuwa nawakimbiza na unye mbaya huko Kisii. Siasa tu, walikuwa wakikuja wanasikia uzito.
Wanahema.
So sababu tulikuwa tumechezwa, nikatengeneza team, tukaingia ground, tukatoa ODM ilikuwa na kama 5 MPs across Kisii na Nyamira, na ilikuwa Kisii walikuwa na 33 MCAs na Nyamira out of 20 walikuwa na kama 11, around 13. So this time round tukawatoa, tukapunguza ODM haikupata any MP. MCAs tukatoa 33 mpaka 11.
Oh yeah.
Na kura tukapunguza from 75% to 50-50. Wakatoka na Uhuru, Raila na Uhuru 50-50. Hiyo tulifanya na ndio sasa William akaona ukijana ni noma, akanipropose. Alikuwa anataka nikue CS. Unajua William pia ni mtu anapenda kutake risks. Mimi na kama unakumbuka Rashid Echesa. William alikuwa anataka sasa sisi tuingie tukue kwa cabinet. Ndio mimi nisimamie mambo ya youth. Rashid kulikuwa na youth and public service, alafu kulikuwa na sports. So alitaka mmoja asimamie youth, mwingine sports. Okay. Wakigawana serikali. Lakini that time Uhuru Kenyatta akakaa na William akamwambia the Gusii community is a fairly small community. Na kulikuwa na monster hapo, mtu noma sana kwa kazi anaitwa Matiang'i, mwenye Uhuru alikuwa shaweka kwa cabinet kama interior. So akamwambia huyu acha akuje kama chief administrative secretary. Rashidi akaingia kwa cabinet. Lakini even that didn't work because nilikuwa nikuje kama chief administrative secretary. William akaona tena hiyo ikashindikana. Kulikuwa na MPs wenye nilikuwa nimekampenia wakakuja kama wa Jubilee. Walikuwa slightly much older. Wakacoalesce wakasema kuna vile vijana upigwa kumbo kwa hii game.
Of course.
Wakanipiga kumbo, wakaleta Chris Obure as the senior most politician from the region, akaekwa CAS. So William akaona huyu kijana yangu anapotea, akanichukua akanieka advisor kwa ofisi yake. So mimi nilikuwa in charge of youth kwa hiyo ofisi. So we were coordinating with the Ministry of Youth and Ministry of Sports kupush agenda ya gava that time. Lakini tuliingia within a year and a half or two, mambo ya operations between the office of the deputy president and the office of the president, or kitu ilikuwa inaitwa National Government Coordination Office, yenye Matiang'i alikuwa in charge, ika kind of to sideline. So our focus was purely elections za William Ruto. And then of course there was mambo ya COVID hivi katupeleka, so focus hiyo ilikuwa ni ensure William Ruto gets elected. So tukatengeneza teams. A bulk of the young people nominated by UDA, I'm the one who brought them on board. A bulk of their bloggers, I'm the one who brought them into UDA. Then the by-elections we were involved in, from Juja, there was hapa Kiambaa, there was Msambweni, kulikuwa na Matungu, kulikuwa na Kabuchai, kulikuwa na Bonchari. All those we were involved. Lakini hiyo ni in the past. As we drew closer to the elections, nikasikiza ground, nika switch kutoka kwa UDA to ODM. Na because baba alikuwa ameona what I had done in 2017, akaona pia hawezi ni disappoint. Of course we went through nominations against some opponents, tukawa beat. And funny thing, while right now I'm working closely with Governor Simba Arati, tulikuwa in the same party. Mimi, Simba Arati, Onyonka, the current senator, and even Matiang'i, they didn't support me. Matiang'i was in Azimio, he was supporting Simba Arati and Onyonka, but they were not supporting me. So nilingangana.
Nilikuwa kama orphan.
Nilikuwa kama orphan in ODM, lakini pia nirudishe shukrani the former governor wa Kisii, ndiye ali insist that we need to follow opinion polls ndio to pay the most popular candidates tickets ndio washinde, because in 2017 ODM didn't get any seat. So in 2022 ODM got Kitutu Chache South, Nyariba Rimasaba, Bomachoge Borabu, Borabu constituency. You know, we got the governor, we got the senator, and Azimio got the women rep, and a number of MCAs. Yeah. So I've lived both lives. Of course, when I switched to ODM, Baba welcomed me very well. He treated me with a lot of respect, for which I still truly appreciate, because alinishika mkono. And in 2022, Baba even gave me resources ya ku inject kwa my campaign. So it is a big blow that we have lost Baba. Lakini pia that is such is life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So baba alikupiga maziwa for campaign yako?
Alinipiga maziwa heavy.
Ngapi?
Siwezi sema hapa kwa makamenti.
Okay, approximately. Approximately. Because yeye kwanza alikupiga 35.
Unajua ile 35 ni ya kitambo.
Si ndio, sio nilikuwa
sasa alinipiga kitu safi.
Mita 10 hivi.
Hapana. Hiyo ni mingi sana. Ni kiasi tu ya kuni.
But si unajua watu wanasemanga if you want to run for MP, you need about 50 million?
It varies. Mtu kama mimi sikuspend hiyo, lakini mimi niko na network big. Mimi niko na kitu inaitwa social capital. Okay. Mimi niko na watu wengi wananisupport. Okay. Hata najua round hii vile napiga William Ruto, anataka kusponsor mtu, nasikia alikuwa na swear atapatia mtu 50 million akuja kushindana na me ground. Lakini mimi hatawezana na mimi. Mimi niko na jeshi kubwa.
The battle line has been drawn, ladies and gentlemen. Umesema kuja na 50 million yao? Wakuje vile huko.
Mimi niko na network. Actually, a majority of the people walikuwa wanasema mbona hujaingia show vile imechelewa.
Yeah.
Ni watu wako in the diaspora. Yeah. Mimi niko na watu Kenya na diaspora who believe in me. Yeah, because of what I stand for and the work I have done in my constituency. Okay. So these people, if I need any form of support, they usually come through for me. Yeah. So even you have a lot of support in the diaspora through this show. Yeah. And mimi hiyo ndio team niko nayo. So ile hiyo pesa unasema watu wanatafuta ya campaign, mimi of course nilikuwa na kitu yangu kidogo. Nimekuambia baba alini boost, chama ilitu boost. Yeah. Alafu pia a bulk of my campaign funds came from friends. And these friends, a majority, are in the diaspora.
So total utumia doka ngapi wewe total?
Zile
Donations nini? No, si ati do yako. So this one is actually a learning conversation for someone who wants to run for an MP.
Yeah, for
like ballpark figures.
Ina depends. Kama uko una run na kuna wave ya hiyo region ya a certain movement, unaweza spend between 30 and 35 if you are a first timer. Okay. Yani if you're not as in first timer in terms of unaenda kuchaguliwa for the first time. Okay. Lakini kama una run uphill,
you're going against the wave.
You are going against the wave. Na unajua ina depend na region. Hiyo lazima uspend 50 kwenda juu. Lakini kuna region kama Kisii usually iko open for watu. Unaona UDA ilipata a few MPs, ODM ilipata, and even Wiper ilipata. So in Kisii that time ilikuwa paka mtu wa UDA angespend like 40 to 50 million. Lakini sasa mtu kama mimi nilikuwa in ODM while I was being fought by if the people I'm working with now, mimi Senator Onyonka, Simbarati, tuko kimoja. Lakini that time walikuwa kinisku, actually waliendorse another candidate. Despite all that, nilifika kama 30 na kitu.
Okay. So if you would have found them, probably you would not even have spent maybe
20-25.
Because wangwa wamekushikilia, they cover you.
Na unajua mimi naongea about what I spent between let's say 2019 all the way, because mimi nilikuwa ground all the time, kusupport burials, kusupport orphans, kusupport, you know, I used to support, huko kwetu saa ingine una support paka kutengeneza stream, unajua ile spring, pali watu chota maji, you know, things like that. Ni vitu kidogo kidogo, but they matter in the community. Churches, pathfinders wakienda trips, youth wa Catholic Church wakienda trips, as in you have to be involved in a number of things. As you know, politics is about name and face recognition.
True.
Yeah, so you have to be out there. Hiyo ndio naweza sema tulisukuma skuma. And you know, I want to encourage especially young people, never give up. Mimi niliran mara 3 ndio nikawin.
Okay.
Never give up.
So see day one?
See day one.
So basically tunasema ulicheza na 60,000 or 60 mil because mara ya kwanza katweni
mara ya kwanza of course it was kidogo, mara ya pili nika up, mara ya tatu
hivyo.
Sasa ndio ndapunguza.
Mbona you give up by the you wanted it that badly?
I had that urge ya kuja kurepresent watu. And I had started this when I was a student leader. Even when I was in primary school, mimi nilikuanga mtu wa kuambia mwalimu, mimi sijafanya hiyo makosa, huwezi nichapa. Ile mnalampiwa pamoja nini, I used to kind of step in and fight for the rights of the rest of the students. It was just natural. So I kept running and running. I never gave up. And uko Maseno inasema kindapiny emanyalo gimoro. Determination shall win through.
Okay. All right. That is a very good observation. So for the young people, stop. Don't give up. An MP spends roughly like how much like this in a day?
It varies. It varies. Now, now, like for me, the first thing, I support every funeral in my constituency.
Every
funeral.
Like all of them?
All of them. Yes, I support every funeral.
Aje, like
now, this is what we do. Kama mtu amekufia Nairobi or Mombasa, by the Kenyan, the Gusii community in Mombasa is very organized. So mtu akikufa Mombasa, they know how to transport all the way to Kisii. It is not a major expense. But mtu akikufa Mombasa ama Nairobi, I give 10,000 shillings to move the body. Lakini regular funerals in the constituency, I give a flat amount for every funeral. Family inapata kitu, na kuna wale vijana wanachimba kaburi pia wanapata kitu ya kununua sabuni.
That's a smart
On average,
move.
in a week, by the way, this is something we need to talk about at a later stage.
Yeah.
The quality of life ya Wakenya imeenda chini. Ile kitu inaitwa universal healthcare is messed up. So more people are dying today. So in a week, we do an average of 18 to 23 funerals. Yes. 18 to 23 funerals.
That's in Kitutu.
Monday unapata wawili, Tuesday wanne, Wednesday hivyo, Friday ndio mingi. Yeah, that's Kitutu Chache South.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we try and support every funeral. Hiyo si pesa ati ya iko kwa budget yenye unapewa tini ya
That's
funeral.
out of pocket.
That's out of pocket.
Oh,
And
wow.
Mtu anaweza uliza unatoa wapi? I run businesses, but other than businesses, the allowances that I get ndio nazi spread across the month, so that one, while we support ile ya Rosafi, because watu wana strain, kuna families hazipati mtu wa kuwa support. While we support that way, pia you as a politician you maintain the name recognition, because mtu akienda ku represent lazima aseme Mheshimiwa Kibagendi amenituma hapa hivi na hivi, na pia anaongelea projects za hiyo area, because for me I have projects in every area, either ni barabara ama shule, you know, stuff like that.
Okay.
So you can, unaweza average hiyo pesa in a week inaweza end up to 200,000 shillings.
Oh wow, so in a month is like a lose 800.
Yeah, kwa hizo ni funerals na, lakini pia hizi za Mombasa na Nairobi is not very often. Ni one off. But hizi zingine hizo ziko always. There are a lot of motorbike accidents in the constituency na zingine ni magonjwa tu ya kawaida. Okay. Yeah. Okay, although they are preventable.
Yeah, we will talk about universal health care at a later stage kidogo. Let's come back to Baba kidogo alafu turudi Kitutu Chache. And then also the MP performance part, because also there's some there's a ranking that was done. I don't know where do you fall there? Haya, tunakuja pale. When Baba left us, where were you? How did you find the information?
So the Monday before Baba died on Wednesday, on Monday we had gone for a training where we were being trained by the Center for Multi-Party Democracy, CMD, was training myself, Edwin Sifuna, Babu Wino, Caleb Amisi, Wamushomba, Barongo, Gisairo, all these, this team that I told you, we had gone for training at a place called Stone Athi on how we can improve our oversight role as members of Parliament. You know, we have the Senate and the National Assembly. We both have an oversight role at the national level and county level. So while we were there, of course, Baba called Sifuna and spoke to him and told him he's in India, he's undergoing treatment. And he put us on speaker and said hello to all of us. And he said he would be back, and he followed up on the training we were having. And then on Tuesday, this training was supposed to end on Tuesday. But that Tuesday, we had the committee meeting where Duale came.
Ndio mambo ilichemuka.
Ndio mambo ikachemka. So mambo vile ilichemuka on Wednesday, had Baba's demise not happened that morning, I want to tell you, people power is stronger than the people in power. Were it not for Baba's demise, Duale would not be as he is today. That kind of covered the arrogance. Ilimcushion. Hiyo kiburi alikuwa nayo, ndio watu wakafocus on mambo ya Baba. Yeah? Because people would have been more inquisitive. People would have been more aggressive towards his utterances. Yeah. And indeed, I know we'll be getting to that. The challenges we face in the health sector. Okay. So on the day that Baba passed on, that was on Wednesday morning, I was in the gym, and the person who called me, there's a friend who called me from Dubai, and then Honorable Jack Wamboka, is the MP for Bumula, called me to tell me, umesikia mambo? Nikamuuliza mambo gani? umesikia that Baba has passed. Nikamuuliza iwezekani. You know, Baba was like immortal. We used to, I never thought that Baba would one day die. Yeah. And of course I got shocked. I stopped training. I was with some trainers in the gym. I stopped training, went to the dressing area, and I bumped into Honorable Kaluma. He was forlorn. I asked him, he didn't answer me. He walked away. And again, immediately after, Honorable Aduma walked into the gym, and it was really sad. That is when I realized that it was true. It was such a sad day. And you know, on Wednesdays, we have 2 sittings, morning and afternoon. So because of the mood that day, because of the mood that morning, the speaker, we could not even raise a quorum, and the speaker thought we cancelled the morning session. And you know, it was generally a somber mood throughout in Bunge. So that is when we learned of Baba's demise. It was very shocking. It was a sad day. It was something that really hit us hard. Yeah.
Have you believed it finally?
Sometimes you believe it, but again, how I wish it didn't happen, because of how things are happening right now. Baba had a way of funneling us, of organizing us to be in one line, not to utter certain things. And Baba, despite being part of the broad-based, he equally still pushed for fair, what I can call respect for human rights. Okay. Yeah. And even he used to speak about the cost of living, and that government needs to do something to bring down the cost of living.
Yeah. So Baba passed on, and there's been a lot of rumors around it.
Yeah.
You've
Lots
had them?
Rumors. I've had a lot of
Are
rumors.
you buying into them?
Some make sense. Some don't make sense.
Like which one makes sense?
Some, you know, when there are people who question that how did Baba's security, head of security, whatever happened to him earlier in the year, and then later Baba, and it is something like cardiac arrest. It is something that, of course, raises question amongst his supporters. But again, you know, with Baba's age and the activities he was involved in, sometimes that can happen. But still, there are people who have questions. I equally have questions, yeah? While I don't understand, Baba was very active. He used to go to the gym.
He'd walk every morning.
He used to walk. Yeah. He used to do,
eat healthy,
and he was coherent, you know.
Yeah.
I expected that Baba would grow old, retire and retreat, and then baadaye akifika like 90 years uko. Not this abrupt. This was very, can I say, it was very rushed. Yeah. Okay. But again, you know, I'm not a doctor by profession. I cannot tell how that happens. I'm told that one will talk about it another day. Not about Baba. But
wakisha
nikiwakisha itakuwa noma sana.
Wakisha ukianza kusema sasa kwa hii show unajua na rule.
Unajua
ukianza kusema tu kitu unasema inakutoka.
Sikia nikwambie.
Yes.
Unajua kuna rafiki yangu leo nilimwambia naenda Obinna Show. Akaniambia, hey, Obinna atakusukuma. Kuna vitu kasema.
Unasikia umesema kitu.
Lakini wacha nikwambie. Unajua mimi si support William Ruto. Na tutafika kwa hizo vitu. Ndakuambia why. Vile amemess economy, vile amemess health, vile amemess education, na vile amemess vijana. Yeah, the future is bleak. Giving William Ruto one more day in office will be a destruction of this country for 50 more years. Sasa kuna mtu aliniambia ati unajua nyinyi mnasumbua William Ruto mtapigwa risasi kama wale vijana. Then baadaye akakuja akaniambia sasa wametoka, kwa hiyo siku hizi hawapigi risasi, it's too obvious. Sasa nyinyi mtaekewa mchele, muende polepo, wewe na huyo kina Sifuna na au kina Babu, you get. So tunajua sometimes vitu wanapanga. Ukiona mtu anataka kukaa kwa power using such means, huyo ni mtu afai kukua kwa power. Hizo ndio fikira wako nazo.
Okay.
Unaelewa? Okay. So ukiona vijana wa huyo mtu wanakuambia vitu kama hizo, ujue kuna vile. Lakini we've gotten to a point, the Kenyan voter has evolved. Our supporters have evolved. Nyege ni kunyegezana.
Mweshi umekimbia, slow down. Breathe. Hey, umeshafika, hata tujafika kwa economy, tunakuja huko mdogo. Wacha tumalize na baba ODM, tuweke kando, alafu sasa now we address the elephant in the room. All right, so now wrapping up on the baba story. So this happened, baba has been laid to rest, nini. A lot of changes have happened in ODM. What is your
minimal
take?
Changes.
Not a lot of changes. The ones we see are minimal.
Yeah.
The ones bubbling under.
The only thing that has happened is that we've changed the party leader.
Okay.
From the late Baba to senior Oburu.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
It's a great move.
Okay.
Oburu is grounded. He's sober. He's, of course, with the support of our Secretary General and the other party officials, they'll be able to steer the party to the direction we hope it needs to go. But of course, we have other busybodies in ODM who are trying to push us in a certain direction. Yet we can actually go the direction they think we need to go. But people need to sit and talk and agree. Yeah, you don't, because you're eating, you start pushing us the direction of your, you know, I'm particularly disappointed with people who paid some members of parliament to disrespect our Secretary General in Mombasa, telling us SG to leave. They're the ones who will go.
Okay.
Yes, they're the ones who will leave.
Oh, people are being paid to tell SG
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm particularly disappointed with the women rep for Mombasa, who was telling Sifuna that he needs to leave the party. Leave the party to where? You joined the party the other day, madam. Hii chama tuliitengeneza na tunaichunga na ni chama yetu.
Okay.
Yeah, people should not think they are the owners of this party. Yeah, anybody disrespecting our Secretary General. Na baba alituambia, the person who gives, who speaks on behalf of the party is none other than the Secretary General. The Secretary General wa ODM anaitwa Edwin Sifuna.
Okay.
Kijana mbukusu.
Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty. People are looking at Winnie. Her speech, people are saying
Winnie, excellent.
She might be a reincarnation of Baba.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Very proud of her. Of course.
Where do you see her landing?
I think...
where would you recommend?
I would recommend that while she serves as a member of parliament for East African community, she now needs to think about running for office, particularly here in the city, so that we can keep this name going. Raila Odinga, Raila hafai kupotea hivyo. Lazima tuendeleze his legacy. And I believe Winnie Odinga has demonstrated that she can fit in those shoes for the moment. Uwezi kuwa baba, lakini anaweza shikilia alafu aendeleze ile footsteps ya mzee Raila Amolo Odinga.
Okay.
Nastaki kusema constituency sababu naweza kosana na some MPs.
Okay. Yeah. Unataka rudi akimbilie huku. So you felt the celebration was too rushed?
It was too rushed.
They could have taken some time before that could happen. But you know it was planned.
It was
Baba
planned.
was to come from India.
Yes, yes. But now that Baba has passed on, we should have taken our time. But I know the person who is pushing this, who is rushing it.
Who that?
There's someone who wants to inherit this party, but it is not going to be easy.
Which was my next question. We've had rumors that President Ruto is taking the party. I even had Nani spoke about it, Winnie. She said there are some people chini ya maji wanajaribu kuuza chama. Things like those ones are not going to happen. Do you believe something like that is in the...
Yeah, there are people who are trying to push that, particularly those who are appointed into cabinet and a few other beneficiaries of what I can call parasites. You know, there are people who used to cling on Baba for them to be elected.
Okay.
Yeah. Now they want to cling on to the party without, you know, proper, can I call it credentials to
basically say they don't deserve the positions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and I'm particularly disappointed with those who are serving in cabinet, doing a lot of politics instead of serving Kenyans, and they are trying to push us the direction of supporting President William Ruto.
Okay.
Let me tell you, the principles of ODM do not match the principles of UDA and William Ruto. They do not match. Okay. So there is no way ODM should think of getting into an actual marriage with Kenya Kwanza. What we had in broad-based was purely to stabilize this country. It was going down last year. But William Ruto does not realize he was given a lifeline, and hence he ought to have done things that Gen Z were demanding. And we came with 10-point agenda. We have not achieved even one.
All of ODM's 10-point agenda has not?
Nothing, you tell me.
Okay.
You tell me.
Now let me throw this in there.
Yeah.
Currently, we have a few people who are ODM members who are in the government.
Yes.
Baba left them there. Would you recommend they retreat? Ama wakae tu wamalize? Ama unaona tuendeleaje?
Kitu naweza recommend sahi ni wakae wamalize na wafunge mdomo, wafanye kazi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Our chairman particularly, our governor for Homa Bay, needs to slow down. She needs to slow down.
That's Wanga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We can allow Mbadi and Wandai to speak whatever they want to speak because of the positions they hold. But our chairman needs to be a uniting factor. You cannot be pushing us out. Those of us who don't believe in the William Ruto way of doing things.
Okay.
And you keep insisting that we have to support William Ruto. And for that reason, and these are some of the people who show a lot of disrespect to our SG. And we cannot keep quiet. We respect them, but we will not allow them to disrespect our SG.
Okay. 2027 is on the horizon. The elections are coming. Which role do you think ODM is going to play? Because now guys are looking at it, they're like, wait a minute. Wanga for deputy, nini, we are moving in, we are not moving in. Kalonzo is coming in fast, guys are loving him. Matiang'i is on this side, guys are loving him. So kuna ka confusion kidogo, lakini ODM hapo kidogo hatuoni.
Kitu ya kwanza nataka kukuambia ni jana Cherargei aliongea akasema there are two non-negotiable positions in government, the president and the deputy president. So Western Kenya should forget that they can give a deputy president to William Ruto. Nyanza should forget that they can give a deputy president to William Ruto. Cherargei vile alikuwa anaongea, usifikirie ni kunini. Rigiji alikuwa hapa akakwambia, Ruto alikuwa anawaambia ongea hivi, ongea hivi, ongea hivi kwa functions. Cherargei alitumwa akaongea hivyo just to stir the waters. Hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza.
Okay.
Yeah? Na target alikuwa anaongea hivyo for purposes of by election iko Mbeere North. Ajaribu kuwashua wale watu that Kindiki bado atakuwa
it's likely.
But let me tell you, Mount Kenya is gone. So Kindiki will not add any value to William Ruto. Yeah? And it is gone 100%. Si kama ile baba alipata 1.something million votes. Yeah. Mount Kenya, it is a waste of time. Kama hiyo Mbeere, I want to tell you, we digress a little. Mbeere North constituency, there's never been a by-election in Kenya that is as expensive as what you're seeing in Mbeere North. Number one, the governor wa Embu anapigwa milioni ngapi every day? 2. CS wa public service hajawahi kaa kwa ofisi, anapigwa milioni ngapi every day? Candidate wa UDA anapigwa milioni ngapi every day? So that's 5 million shillings every day in a small constituency inaitwa Mbeere North. It's a small constituency. Number 2, relief food inafaa kwenda Northeastern, Turkana, huko pali watu wanaumia. Yote imekuwa diverted, inapelekwa Mbeere North. Relief food inaenda Mbeere North. Number 3, everybody was running in that constituency. Wale walikuwa kwa UDA na wengine, William has mastered the art of buying people. Amewanunua, akawa appoint ma-advisor kwa board nini, na wakapigwa do, wakarudishwa wapi? Na hiyo ni pesa inatoka kwa SHA, pesa inatoka kwa ima bonus. Umeona watu wa huku South Rift na Kisii wakipiga kelele juu ya bonus. Ni pesa yao, ni pesa ya raia inatumika kwenda kufanya hiyo campaign. I had to touch on that sababu nimeguza that. Hiyo kitu Cherargei alikuwa anaongea ni kujaribu kuimpress watu wa Mbeere North. But I can tell you, despite that expenditure, UDA is still struggling. Nimetoka kuona certain polls right now, mtu wa DP ako mbele 13%. Despite that amount of investment. Yeah? The same in place inaitwa Malava. Pesa imemwagwa hivi. Lakini Seth Panyako ako mbele 11%. MPs wametumwa kutoka bunge, kila MP amepewa ward yake, anapigwa 1 million per day. MP mmoja anashikilia ward moja, MP mwingine. I can tell you the amount of money being wasted out here. Lecturers wanaenda strike, nurses hawalipwi. Vijana waliandikwa kazi ya nini, hawa JSS walimu, wako bado interns, hawajakuwa confirmed. Hakuna madawa hospitali, yeah? Lakini for William Ruto, creating a perception that he has won an election in your zone, ameshinda Rigiji area yake, is more important for him than kupigia Museveni amwambie tafadhali release hao vijana wawili wameshikwa hapo. It is more important than kupiga simu Kenyatta Hospital waseme hao kina mama wamefungiwa hapo for months, tafadhali watoe, shika hii pesa kama ni pesa imekosa. Lazima Sonko aende kutoa pesa yake. It is more important for him than watu wetu wanakufa Saudi Arabia, yeye amewapeleka huko, wanakuwa frustrated, wanafanya slavery. It is more important for him that he wins, aonyeshe nimebeat Rigiji kwake. Na nikuulize 2027 atakuwa na hao ma MP na magavana wana focus kwa constituency kamoja. Kila mtu atakuwa anajipigania.
Okay. So 2027 is going to be interesting according to you.
There is nothing out of this world.
Okay.
William Ruto, allow me to tell you this.
Davido, cheza na disclaimer.
Allow me to tell you this. There is nothing William Ruto is going to do to be re-elected.
Baka akatoa topare.
Yeah.
Ni moto.
I want to tell you today, politics is my business.
Okay.
Yeah? Right now, I'm working closely with a presidential candidate who does polls every week, every month. There's nobody who gets more polls than William Ruto. He doesn't stand any chance of getting elected. Number one, Kenyan politics is tribal. Number two, the Kenyan voter has evolved and moved on. William Ruto thinks he's still a master who will manipulate people, who will hoodwink people. Tunataka kutengeneza Singapore. Tunataka kufanya this and that. He does not realize he's talking to people who are informed. The Kenyan voter has evolved. Number three, there is a new voting bloc inaitwa the Kenyan worker, watu wa payslip. Hawa the Kenyan worker, watu wa payslip, William Ruto amewagonga vibaya sana. Anawakata pesa ya SHA haifanyi. Relatives wao hawawezi tumia SHA. Anawakata pesa ya housing, hakuna mtu atapata hizo nyumba. William Ruto's focus ni nini? Kuunda do. Housing is not about people getting houses. Unanisikia Obinna?
Nakusikia.
Housing is about William Ruto making money from selling steel and selling cement. Akuwe na do, akuje kununua Kibagendi. Ama kama Kibagendi hataki, afinance Obinna. Obinna aende kupigana na Kibagendi kwa ground. Hiyo ndio focus ya. Because hizi nyumba, we do not have proper regulations. Number one, housing is a county function. Unaelewa?
Okay.
Housing is a county function. Counties ndio zingefaa kutengeneza nyumba. Lakini yeye ameshikana na waindre wenye wako kwa hiyo industry. Kazi yao ni kuuza simiti na kuuza chuma. Na sasa ile unasikia anasema you can go to the forest, mtoe zile old trees. Ni yeye na mabeste wake. Wanaingia kwa forest, wanatoa miti, si nyinyi mtakubaliwa kuingia, nyinyi mtakubaliwa kutoa kuni. Wao wanatoa miti, wanatoa mbao, wanatengeneza cardboards, wanatengeneza milango, wanatengeneza ceiling boards za hizo nyumba. Yeye na boys wake. Unanielewa? Now, this evolution ya the new voting block inaitwa mtu wa payslip. William Ruto hajamalizana nao. Akikuwa re-elected, he wants to bring in kitu inaitwa car tax. Hiyo ameshindwa kufanya saa hii. Unanielewa? Car tax, wakati unaenda kuchukua insurance at the beginning of the year, unalipia tena gari yako. Na umeshanunua, umelipa tax, tena ulipie car tax. Each time it is a percentage of the value of the car. Hiyo ndio next anaenda kufanyia the employed people if he is re-elected. So I want to tell you, William Ruto does not stand a chance. Can I tell you why? One, in Kenya, you cannot win elections if you do not have Mount Kenya behind you. Hiyo nakupea, uwapende, usiwapende, you cannot win. Either you split them or you have all of them. That is one. The only way you can win elections in Kenya without Mount Kenya is you put the rest of Kenya together, uwache Mount Kenya kando. Hivyo unaweza beat. You understand? Lakini so long as watu wamechanganyika, wameamua uende, hauwezi toboa na Mount Kenya haikutaki. Haya, tu assume afanye visanga zake, watu wanamuona msem brilliant nini. Hiyo ni assumption. Ni watu walikuwa nao walimsaidia kufika hapo. If he was a brilliant guy, he wouldn't be abducting watoto vile tunaona. He wouldn't be doing this very unpopular things. Unanipata? Sasa tuingie Kenya. For you to win an election, you must win 50% plus 1. William Ruto cannot achieve that today because of losing Mount Kenya and the rest of the country. Because ile Western alipata hatapata this time round. That is why Weta is struggling to win a ward in his ward where Weta votes. He is struggling to win that now. Why? William Ruto has become so unpopular. For William Ruto to have a rally, he must transport people. He has to pay people. I was in Ruto's team. People used to come.
Amekuwa juzi Kitui nini, umeona venye watu wamejaa.
Watu walikuwa nabebwa na malori, hata si buses, paka video ziko. What are you saying?
Watu wakibebwa na lori.
Yes. Yes, and everybody was getting 1,000 shillings.
Yeah, but Kibagendi umeona venye watu wamemkaribisha, hata ile akiongea anaambia watu wa huko stagi tena hapa iko opposition. Watu ni kununuliwa, wamenunuliwa for the moment. I've told you, the Kenyan voter has evolved. Siku hizi wanasema huyo Kibagendi mnasikia anataka tuseme aje? One term. Wanakuja wanasema one term. Basi wanamaliza. Mtu mwingine akikuja Obinna anataka two term. Two term. Just to massage your ego for the moment. But they have made a decision. They will deal with the politician in a very rough way. Na kitu ingine ni kuambie, nisikize. What are the pillars that put William Ruto in power? Unajua watu understand politics. Watu wanaangalia ati Wasapero walimpigia Rift Valley. Na unajua Rift Valley, na hizo kura zote unaona Rift Valley, 40% ni watu wa Mount Kenya.
40% ya Rift Valley. Unaelewa? Lakini what are the pillars that put William Ruto in power? Number one is the major ethnic bases. Mount Kenya and Rift Valley. Zikishikana hizo zinakupea an edge. Unaelewa?
Okay.
Because Mount Kenya ukishakuwa nayo na watu wa Mount Kenya wako Rift Valley plus watu wa kwao wa the Kalenjin community, hiyo ukishikanisha it's a huge block. Those are the major ethnic bases. He has lost one. You count, he has lost Nakuru County. Let's say Nakuru is homogeneous, is a little mix. Let's talk about Kiambu, Murang'a, Kirinyaga, Nyeri, Meru, Tharaka Nithi, Embu. They're around 10. You cannot replace that with Homa Bay, Migori and Kisumu. You can't. You can't. Tuseme tu kweli. You get? Okay. So he has lost the major ethnic bases. Number two, the church. The church ilikuwa William alikuwa anatembea na Bible ingine mzito. He attracted people to believe he is a God-fearing man. He is the guy we need to support sababu anamcha Mungu.
But he is.
Mtu anamcha Mungu does not respect the clergy the way Ruto disrespect the clergy now. That is one. Number two, he does not call for people to be shot. You don't do that. You're not the creator of people. You don't do that. Mtu anaheshimu Mungu haezi kufanya hivyo. Uwezi kulazimisha watu kuwakata tax vile watu wanaumia Kenya. Mtu anamcha Mungu. Unaelewa? He has lost the church. Number three was the hustlers. Alikuwa anasema hamtalipa NHIF, hamtalipa pesa ya shule, pesa mfukoni. Ilikuwa inasema UDA, pesa mfukoni. Bottom up. Those hustlers, they're the ones who suffer the most when they go to hospitals. Number one, increase amount. Watu walikuwa wanalipa ya NHIF, increase the amount. Unaelewa? Out of pocket expenditure on health has increased in comparison with the past. Kitambo mama mjamzito alikuwa anaingia hospitali for normal delivery. Ukiingia, from the time you walk in and the time you walk out, you don't pay a penny. Do you know that? Kulikuwa na kitu inaitwa Linda Mama. Right now you go to hospital, if it is a normal delivery, you will pay, they will pay for you a maximum of 11,000. Anything above that, you pay from the pocket. Kama mtoto akidevelop complications, nini anaingishwa nursery, nini vitu kama hizo. In a C-section, hiyo wakati ilikuwa una walk in, walk out. Saa hii, unless it's a private hospital where you pay something extra. Saa hii, even in a public hospital, they'll only pay for you 33,000. There is no consultant gynecologist that will take 33,000. You get? So, any complications above 33,000, you'll pay from the pocket. I recently took my mom to hospital. She has diabetes and she had a number of complications. The bill came to 1.1 million shillings. SHA, I'm a member of parliament. I sit in the health committee. I would have called SHA and all that. The bill was 1.1. SHA paid 123,000 shillings only. So 1 million shillings you pay from the pocket. And this, we discussed the other week, a majority of members of parliament raised that. Yeah? Now, he has lost the hustlers because of cost of education. Sahi watoto maskini hawaendi university. Kwa nini? He has messed up with the higher education funding model. Unaelewa? Analazimisha vitu ambazo hazijakuwa tested. Unaelewa? Haya. Tena watoto ya maskini from next year will have the highest dropout. Why? Because William Ruto and his government have again introduced increased fee payment. Ilikuwa initially inaitwa capitation, hawatumi pesa kwa shule. Shule zile zinatumiwa pesa ni non-existing schools, hazina students. Hizo zinatumiwa pesa, inatolewa, inaenda kufanya empowerment. lakini real schools hazitumiwi pesa. So what am I telling you? He has lost the hustlers. So he has lost the ethnic bases, the church, the hustlers. Number 4, William Ruto has lost professionals. When I was in William Ruto's office, we identified professionals from every community or region. Unapata kama Luo Nyanza, tuko na professionals. We come up with an idea. We look at what are the existing industries that people can get back into, watu waweze ku thrive. Tukapata kuna kitu inaitwa the blue economy, fishing. Number 2, kulikuwa na rice farming. Number 3, sugarcane farming. Number 4, kulikuwa na mambo ya sweet potatoes, njugu and all that. Kisii kulikuwa na tea, coffee, milk, pyrethrum and various other forms of farming, avocado and all that, and even sugarcane. But what has William Ruto does? William Ruto ensures his friends import sugar. So how will the industries thrive? They import a lot of rice, paka ina flood the market. How will people in Kirinyaga thrive? How will people in Ahero thrive? He has messed up the tea industry. Tea unapata kama bonus, watu wanalipo 11 bob. Uko Bomet, Kericho, Kisii, Nandi. 11 bob, 13 bob, 14 bob. Yet ni watu walikuwa wanalipwa 30 something, 20 something. So they're earning less. And he wants to tax them. When he gets re-elected, those are the people he wants to tax. Mambo ya housing, anataka kuwaendea hao. You get? Aya, tukuje kama Mount Kenya, mambo ya chai, kahawa, rice, you know, all that, maziwa. What has he done? For 6 months, farmers in Mount Kenya who supply KCC, they have not been paid. So will he have the professionals? No. Why? Number 1, he has messed up the economies of the regions. That is one. Number 2, he's overtaxing them through their pay slips. So he has lost that pillar. Number 5, William Ruto had a lot of goodwill with the international community. International community si ati itakupea kura. Yeah? Lakini ina create a certain momentum. Watu wanaona huyu mtu amekuwa accepted. Why? Alikuwa na frustratiwa that time na unye. Mambo ya human rights, he used to speak very well about human rights and all that. Right now, William Ruto, this government has killed more people intentionally than any other government we've ever had in this republic. So international community doesn't want to see him. And his association with other things, I don't want to say, mambo ya Sudan and things that are happening there, and even Congo. Kitu ingine alikuwa nayo inaitwa sympathy. Unajua William Ruto alikuwa anagongwa sana na unye, na wale walikuwa serikali that time. So he had these 6 pillars. What does he have now? He has lost all of them. Now William Ruto has 2 things. State violence, I hope nikitoka hapa sitapata Subaru. State violence na kitu inaitwa looted resources. Hizo ndio anatumia kuterrorize nayo watu. Either kukununua ama kukuterrorize. Mimi niko ready for anything. Naona vile unashangaa my brother Obinna. Mimi niko ready for anything. One good thing about me, I do not play around with the little resources tunatumiwa kwa constituency, so haezi nitumia EACC. Hatujai kuwa na issue na Auditor General. We have no audit issue in my constituency. And still, mimi I don't manage those funds. I just ensure the projects we set out to do, they are actually done. Bursaries tunapea kila mtu mwenye na apply. You see, so kutumia the criminal justice system kunifrustrate will not work.
Okay.
Yeah? So nimekuambia 6 pillars. Number 1, the ethnic basis, the church, the hustlers, the professionals, international community and sympathy. He does not have any of those. How will he be elected?
ODM has extended him a hand We saw him invited for the dinner. And
He's a founder member.
Yeah, he's a founder member. But also we saw a lot of things happen during that dinner, including you guys cutting cake and having cake.
And people not swallowing the cake. and I want you to learn to listen and to see with the third eye. When Oburu was about to be given the cake, go and check that video. And those of us watching, check out that video. When Oburu was just about to be given a piece of cake, Winnie Odinga quickly rushed and told him something very fast. And she also reached for a fork so that she can take for herself. That is why Oburu was given na akatema.
Keki ilikuwa ni kubwa.
Okay.
The cake was too big.
Okay.
Unajua mdomo ya Oburu ni ndogo.
Keki kama ni kubwa unakula hivi, unabakisha hapa, hiyo ingine mbona unatema?
Mkono iko busy.
That is what. Naangalia Winnie vile ali behave. Alimwambia kitu very fast, she reached for the fork. Akataka kujichukulia yake, akapewa na akajifanya nakula na hakuikula. Trust. There is an extreme deficit of trust kwa hii serikali na William Ruto. He needs to know that. Unasikia kitu inaitwa deficit of trust.
Okay.
Yes.
I've heard you. Yeah. Tumesikia hiyo story yote. Haya. Sasa now tumemaliza story ya ODM, tumemaliza. Sasa nataka sasa turudi sasa kwa story ya huku. We have a lot to tackle still. Want to talk about your constituency. Kitutu Chache South. Or actually this one we can wrap up now before we come back now to whatever is happening in the country as well. We'll touch a bit kidogo on Uhuru Kenyatta's intervention. Tumeona introducing Matiang'i and the likes.
Yes.
Tumesikia that one. So there's a role that is playing. Jubilee Party is now having a new deputy party leader. Ndo hiyo sasa. So we're going to be talking about that. But to sum this up, now let's come back to you. Your constituency ranking, buko wapi?
The various zimefanywa polls mingi.
Yes.
Yenye ilifanywa na Infotrack nilikuwa number 23.
Okay.
Yenye ilifanywa na Polytrack nilikuwa number 21.
Okay.
Yenye ilifanywa na Mizani nilikuwa top 20. They didn't put hawaku beyond number 1 2 3 4 5 hawaku sema, but nilikuwa number top 20.
Okay.
And the various other polls that have been done have been among the top, and I'm among the first time members of parliament that have been in those rankings. And I want to tell you something. You know, people look at members of parliament and think it is just about spending CDF, bursary and all that. It also comes to representation.
Okay.
In parliament.
Okay.
Yeah? While kuna wengine watakuwa ranked because of what they have done in the constituency alone, kuna wengine ni what they've done in the constituency and how you represent your people at the national level. They all matter. Now, in my constituency, I have transformed that constituency. First, every school other than 2 have my project. Either pit latrines, they are very crucial, rehabilitated classrooms or fresh classrooms, labs. We have police stations. I actually built a new police station in Kisii town, a place called Nyanchwa. I ensured it has water, proper toilets, because I might find myself there. Police stations, okay. Chief's offices or chief's camps, yeah, that we have built. And one thing that I've done that is outside what other members of parliament have done is I have introduced, there's a variety of avocado that is very transformative. Imepewa watu pesa sana, especially in Mount Kenya and parts of Rift Valley. Okay. Inaitwa Hasa avocado. I have distributed 16,000 seedlings amongst my constituents that we will start harvesting sometime in about 2 years. And focus on this is purely to start a cooperative society that will empower our people for the long term. Kitu inaitwa barabara in my constituency. Before I became MP, we only had the Kisii-Kisumu highway, tarmac. na barabara za ndani ya town. Lakini sasa tuko na tarmac inatoka place inaitwa Raganga, inatoka mahali inaitwa Rio Toigo Mosocho. Tuko na lami inatoka mahali inaitwa Nyakoe inaenda Tumarani. Iko lami inatoka mahali inaitwa Nyaore inaenda Gesieka. Iko lami inatoka mahali inaitwa Nyabururu, where we have the biggest parish, where the Catholic church started in South Nyanza, inaitwa Nyabururu. Nyabururu it's a loop, inazunguka inaenda place inaitwa Rianya Sani, inakuja kutoka Matoke, Nyamataro. So we have had a few tarmac roads. Number 3, we have our dirt roads. Kuna hizi barabara za rural inaitwa Kenya Rural Roads, the authority that manages those roads. Our roads are fairly passable. Yes, they are dirt roads, but ziko well done. Although, you know, most people sometimes focus even county roads, wanasema ni za MP, but zile zenye MP anafaa kufanya nimefanya zote. And again, huwa I reach out to MCAs wale wa constituency yangu, nawaambia we agree on a road that is busy, because out of this zenye nafanya ninabakisha some savings. We get to do a few of those roads that are done by county governments. Unapata kuna MCA wangu kama Nyateko Ward anaitwa Amos ama Nyakoe, anaitwa Oyagi ama Bogeka, anaitwa Richmond ama Kisii Town anaitwa Duke, ama place inaitwa Bogusero, anaitwa Vincent. We talk and agree on some areas. The other thing is water. CDF is not supposed to do water projects, yeah? But if you're doing it within an institution, you can distribute the water into the community. So what I do, I identify an area that is very strained in terms of water. Kama ukienda kwenda, my constituency has 2 major communities, the Kisii community and the Luo community, yeah? There's a place iko purely ya the Luo inaitwa Ongicha. So Ongicha kuna shule secondary na primary. So I drilled water to support the primary school and the secondary school, and then spread it into the community. In a place called Iranda, I've done the same. There's a place called Kiombeta. We wanted to drill a borehole, but we drilled up to 300 meters. We couldn't get water, so we are pushing it to another place, but we'll do reticulation to the larger community. So water is equally something I'm proud of that nimefanya. There's another one I did at the Kiamwasi Polytechnic. But the biggest and most important thing that I've done that has impacted people are 2. One is electricity connectivity. We have moved from 58% when I got in to 71% today. We have increased the number of people that have been connected to electricity. Number 2, we have not had school dropouts from Kitutu Chache South. We haven't.
Bursary?
We give bursary.
Okay.
And beyond bursary, we look at, there are people who are vulnerable. Unaweza kuwa na wazazi wote, but you're not able to pay your fee. So what we do, we partner with the school. We tell them, this guy, the fee is, let's say, 40,000. He's not able to pay. We've given him a bursary of, let's say, 10,000 shillings. He still cannot afford to pay the rest. So you take care of the rest and you can waiver. We can add something small from bursary and then you waiver the rest. That is what we have been doing. Children from orphaned families, we take care of school fees in total in secondary school. University, we ask them to apply for higher education loans and then we support them with bursary. So in my school, in partnership with chiefs, I have very, very, what can I call, proactive chiefs, the assistant chiefs, the DCCs and the ACCs. We have a total of 3 ACCs, 1 DCC, and a number of chiefs and assistant chiefs. What we do, we comb the community and make sure every little child that deserves to be in school actually goes to school. And beyond that, like I told you, I have a rich network of friends who go an extra mile to support children from poor families, either pay school fees in total or support with uniform, support with sometimes shopping, you know, But I can say what has impacted my community the most is my focus on education.
Okay.
Yes.
Question. Why is it that some MPs are performing better than the others? If you look at infrastructure sometimes it is bursary, sometimes just empowerment of their people. Some are just doing like poorly, like terrible. Because when the ratings came, you look at the guys, you're like, okay, why is Babu Owino up here? Why is Dini Nyoro up here? Why is someone else down here? What's happening in that parliament?
Number one, there is something as a member of parliament, kuna kujituma. Ni kama race. You have Usain Bolt and everybody else.
Okay.
Moja lazima atatangulia. Vile mtu anajituma. That is one. Number two, those members of parliament who sit in the budget committee have an advantage. Yeah? They are able to push their projects beyond just CDF and KERA. They're able to push certain projects za constituency zao. While I have tremendous respect for Babu Owino and Ndindi Nyoro, they're my great friends, they sit in the budget committee. So they're able to push slightly more opportunities for their constituencies. But again, on utilization of what we all get, again, ni about your creativity and determination to serve your people. And that is the only amount that I get for me from national. The other thing is there are those who go worshipping Nebuchadnezzar. You understand? Your crew here is laughing. There are those who go worshipping in State House. So that they get an edge over those of us who don't worship Nebuchadnezzar. Somehow, I've managed to get this, particularly the tarmac roads, out of pure initiative and reaching out to the relevant authorities. But there are those who get favored by the head of state, and that is not how things should be working. Okay. Yeah? The agencies should be able to distribute resources equitably. You cannot distribute equally, but equitably, you see. So I've not had the opportunity. Before we got to this, I sat with the president and one member of parliament from around my region, who was my friend in the past. We pushed, there's a road that was cutting from my constituency to his constituency. And you know, tarmac has to meet tarmac. There's no dead end for tarmac. Did you know that?
Yeah, I'm knowing today.
Yeah. If there's a tarmac road, it has to go all the way and touch another tarmac road. You know, that is what happens. So there's a road that leaves Nyakoe Market. It goes into Marani. That cuts through my constituency, Kitutu Chache North, all the way to a place called West Mugirango. Yeah? So it is a road that we negotiated with that member of parliament so that it can be complete. It has been incomplete for close to 10 years. That is the same road that touches a place called Nyaore all the way to Gesieka.
Was it made?
It is done.
Okay.
It is done.
Okay.
They wanted to stop it at a certain point when I stopped supporting the Finance Bill 2023, but the professionals in the ministry said, no. Tarmac has to touch tarmac. They wanted to bring it up to the border. These people are malicious. They wanted to bring it up to the border of my constituency and leave it there. But now it is done, for which we truly appreciate, and our people are enjoying the fruits of that. Now, you asked how come some MPs perform and others don't. Ni kujituma.
Okay.
Yeah, ni kujituma.
So basically wengine wako lazy.
It is, you know me, I'm so hands-on. Babu is hands-on. Actually, our, what I can call benchmarking, we do with Babu Owino and Ndindi Nyoro. Yeah? And those are the people I look up to as members of parliament who have really performed. And even Silvanus Osoro. Silvanus Osoro is our neighbor, not immediate, but he's one other MP that has done quite a commendable job that I also look up to. So it's about kujituma na kusavu watu wako.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. Now we want to go to the quick fire questions.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about SHA. And let's talk about education. I want us to talk about us looking at Uhuru Kenyatta coming back into active politics.
Yes.
Maybe yes, maybe no. I want us to talk about Matiang'i. We also have to talk about your situation with Aden Duale, the CS. Do you have that video? Umepata video ya CS? Itakuja pia hiyo pia inakuja. So mambo bado ni mingi. Then after this one we are having Pluto. The Pluto amesharudi? Queria? Yeah, Pluto is coming up next. Then after Pluto we have Mr. Kede. Mheshimiwa Antoney Kibagendi is here and is not taking any prisoners. What? All I just want to say is opinions. Umeka ile kitu? Good. Nyinyi unaniweka kwa shida nyinyi. Unajua mimi sasa hawa watu nawalisha. Anywho, for our friends who are in Mayolos, uko majuu na pia unafanya kashughuli hapa kule even in the country or wherever you are and you're watching us from and you're thinking of what do I need to do for me to invest somewhere safe? I want to buy some property. I'm looking for a reputable organization. Where can I put my money? We have a project that is happening in Kitengela, courtesy of High Soap Properties, and I want you to jump on this one because a once in a lifetime opportunity. Check this out and do the needful.
So guys, we are in Kitengela and we are starting something very beautiful, something that we've not done before. Look at it. We are selling a project that has got an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a beautiful school next to us, and just look behind me. We have a beautiful clubhouse. What we've done is we are still on the ground. Look at the kind of houses that our customers have built. Yeah, wonderful houses. This is a new customer building, and about 85% of clients have built. Just imagine that 2.49 can give you a gated community with a clubhouse and a school already operating within the community, and the beacons are clear. Come on a piece of this. What will you be waiting for at only 2.49? And this can only be from High Soap Properties, culture of trust. This is called Palm Ridge by High Soap Properties, and it's wonderful. God bless you.
Able to find out. What's the problem?
You look like a Luo man. Are you a
Omero Nyango, are you Luo?
Of course I'm a Luo.
That's why.
Simeji. Angoma gijo Luo.
No, wapenda lakini there's just
shida ni nini na Wajaluo?
Okay, Wajaluo, like si lazima ukae Mjaluo. Yeah, that's it. You have a kid?
I have a family. That's why I wanted a side chick.
When you were smile. So do you have kids?
I have one. Hey. Nyabura, oka hahaeni. What's the problem? Nini?
Na wao, I beg.
What's the problem?
I beg. Ingolezi. I beg.
Obinna, in this life, we don't run away from responsibility. You are the living mama. So
That's
if
true.
my kid would make me lose something, I'd rather lose that thing.
Yeah, true.
Than my child.
Yeah, because siwezi taka kushindania attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, are your walls looking plain and uninspired? Transform your space with premium wall panels, elegant marble PVC with stunning backlighting, and modern floating TV stands. All designed to give your home a luxurious, timeless finish. At Mr. Frames Kenya, we offer top quality designs at unbeatable prices. Whether you're going to a classic or modern look, we've got the perfect solution for your home or office. Call or WhatsApp us today on 0705 759 102 or connect with us on social media. Mr. Frames Kenya. Mr. Frames Kenya, where style meets affordability.
right. So also I know that this holiday season, machine zetu zinashinda zinaribika. So if you have any machine, any German machine, ama UK machine, uko na marenji, uko na mabenzo, uko na maodi, you can get them to Range Rover Center. They're gonna hook you up. All right, karibu. Welcome back. This is Obinna Show live. We're having the State of the Nation. Mheshimiwa Antoney Kibagendi, Kitutu Chache South is in the building. What? He's not taking no prisoners. And this one was well demonstrated when we saw his outburst with CS Duale. There was something that was happening just before we lost Baba. Things were bubbling. Kidogo wakasema, hey, who's this guy? And then, oh, okay, what's happening? What's happening? The video, you have the video? Murikisha hiyo ya CS. Yeah.
A dramatic showdown unfolded today in a National Assembly Health Committee as Kitutu Chache, Member of Parliament Antoney Kibagendi, and Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale clashed over allegations of fraud in the Social Health Authority.
You are close to border. We will not have hospital. I have no hospital. We are anywhere. We will charge you the strategy you used to try. We will charge you. You need to answer. Charge me. I will answer me. You cannot. We are not your children. Let me take this. No, we will not allow you. Just because you are the president. We will not allow you. You are not extraordinary. Kibagendi, you are stealing from order. I'm not a thief. You are out of order, Honorable Kibagendi. You and your friends are stealing from order. We have closed your office where I don't own a hospital. And if possible, we will charge you in a court of law. You can charge me. You can charge. I don't own a hospital. You are the people stealing from SHA. You and your friends. Bring your impeachment. Just because we're asking you questions. We'll ask Honorable Kibagendi to actually stop. We will not allow you to intimidate. Honorable Kibagendi, we are close to your hospitals and we will close more. Honorable Kibagendi, we have closed two of your hospitals and we will close the third one. I don't own a hospital anyway. We will close the third one. Please. This is nonsense. You can't allow such a hostile witness to come here. I'm chairing this and I asked you. You are not chairing. He's the one who is chairing. No. He's telling you what to do. No. It is true. You are intimidated by this man. No. Just because he's a president, Kenyans needs to know. Duale is messing up health. We are going to. We have closed. Where is the vice chair? Is it in your place? Where is the vice chair? Out of order. We will not allow you. You are bitter, but we will close your hospitals. I don't own a hospital. You are bitter. That is the strategy we are trying to use to silence us. We will try to the speaker.
Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale, responding to concerns about SHA mismanagement, requested for 7 days to review the document, where Kibagendi accused Duale of dodging accountability.
You are the one who sit in this ministry. Your company is stealing from SHA. We will write to the speaker. You should not be in the health committee because of conflict of interest. You cannot be in this committee. Yes. And I think...
Order, Chair.
Now... Honorable let us proceed.
Honorable Chair.
With accusations of fraud and mismanagement flying, questions about transparency in Kenya's healthcare system are louder than ever. Reporting for Hotex KE, I'm Magindumia.
All right, so that is our very own Magindumia reporting for Hot Text. You can get some Hot Text on the channel. Go there and subscribe. Magindumia, well played. Now, a few things I've noticed on that video. First of all, you guys had suits, bro. You had no business shouting like that. Secondly, wakisiwa kona hasira.
Kushinda wa Somali.
Thirdly, umegombana alafu unatoka ukikunywa maji. I'm like, yeah, he's thirsty. He needs that water. Okay, so I've just asked you, have you spoken about this anywhere before?
No, I haven't.
All right, now let's let it rip. First of all, how did this thing begin? Because we've seen a very interesting part and it went viral. What was happening? And uskibaka chairman, huko hapo, hey, alafu mbono ulikuwa unatolewa kwa hiyo committee. Why were you told to walk out Take us through it.
Now, one, I sit in the health committee.
Okay.
And I also sit in the public investment committee on education and governance. But in the health committee, I've been there longer. I was there during the formation of SHA, which I aggressively contested, particularly certain clauses in that act.
Okay.
That are focused on enriching a few Kenyans.
Okay.
And number two, I would like to also inform Kenyans that the benefits package in SHA is inferior to what NHIF was offering. Yeah?
You sitting on the committee, you would
Yeah,
know.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
These are things I've researched on a great deal. Of course, there is an addition of many benefits in SHA, but not well thought through. Yeah?
Okay.
Because the people who crafted SHA were in a rush to start earning, to start stealing from SHA, from Kenyans. They were not focused on how this thing will work. And remember, NHIF was in existence for 60 years. SHA, you cannot just destroy something that had been there for 60 years and bring something new. There ought to have been a proper transition for a number of years. You can't even use months. Yeah?
Okay.
Number three, the members of staff of NHIF ought to have been the one transitioning into SHA because they have institutional memory and they know how this works. Of course, there are few bad eggs that ought to have been gotten out. But because the crafters of the SHA Act, the SHIF and the digital health were focused on giving their relatives and friends work, yeah, and stealing from Kenyans, they did this in a rush. Now, this is where we come to who are the owners of SHA, the system. In Kenya, the most sophisticated systems are with the military, or with Safaricom, or with KRA, including even one that is called IFMIS. Those are very sophisticated systems.
Okay.
But they never costed 50 billion, 30 billion. They vary between 20 and actually 50 billion Kenya shillings. And they keep, this improvement is done on them very often. Now, all of a sudden, we come up with companies that are hurriedly registered by friends of people in State House, by friends of Duale, yeah? A company called Apiero that was registered in Kenya in the year 2024. They are the owners of that system. Yeah? And another one called Convergence, owned by, I'm sorry to say, the same cabinet secretary. In December last year, they quickly changed the CR12 from his son to his nephew. Yeah? These two companies have never provided any system of such magnitude or any system at a library anywhere in the world. Unajua system ya library ni very simple. Una walk in, una clock in, ukiboro kitabu unawekwa kwa system, siku unarudi, una clock in. You understand? Simple system. They have never provided any form of system anywhere in the world. But they come and pretend to have a sophisticated system that would cost Kenyans 104 billion Kenya shillings. Do you know what 104 billion Kenya shillings would do? It would do the free primary feeding program for 10 years. For 10 years. Now, these companies have never done that. Now we have that system. They quickly killed NHIF, sacked staff, they declared them redundant. They're out here in the streets. Very unfair. They've employed their friends. Now, this system is not working. The benefits package is not aligned. So what did we do as a committee? With the leadership, initially our chairman of the committee was called Honorable Pukose. When we got into broad-based, we did some adjustments, and now it is Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Both of them are doctors. Nyikal has been in the system from as a student at the University of Nairobi all the way to a PS Ministry of Health. He has gone every stage. He understands that ministry very well. So what did we do? We went round because we kept telling the CS, this is not working, this is not working. The other people are complaining here, members of staff, personnel management is equally a big problem in the health docket. Interns, doctors, you know, all that. So we went round and did some survey as a committee on areas that need improvement so that this SHA, SHIF, and digital health can work. So that there is a fund called emergency fund that has been released by the Treasury but has not been utilized by hospitals. Whereby, if you get an accident around here, you don't have to be taken to Kenyatta Hospital. You can be taken to Nairobi Hospital. And then, after you're stabilized, after the emergency is done, they can move you to a hospital of your, your cadre.
Yeah.
That fund has not been utilized. So there are various issues that we identified. Even how SHA handles what we call claims management. And that is where the biggest problem is. Yeah? Other than the benefits package, how SHA manages claims. As a hospital, when you claim from SHA, they quickly call you a fraud because even them don't understand what is happening. Yeah? And you need to know, when you walk into hospital, you come, unasema uko na malaria. Yeah? Ukifika hospitali, wakikupima, watapata uko na pengine issue na heart. In the system, they've already said you've come in with malaria. If midstream, they realize that you have a heart problem, you have to be discharged and readmitted. Because if they continue treating you, SHA will say, nyinyi fraudsters. That is what is happening, Obinna. That is what this SHA is doing. Anyhow, what happened on that day? We had recommendations on how, because, you know, we have a chairman who was like, and the committee in general, they said, instead of fighting this SHA, can we make it work for the benefit of the people? Can we make it work? And we were like, yes, as a committee. And hence, we have been trying to meet this CS, but he has a bloated ego. Because he's a friend of the president, he can do anything he wants. Yeah? We tried to summon him, he is not available. But on that day, he said he's coming. So we had recommendations and a few questions we wanted answered. When he walked into the committee, first, he started by disrespecting our chairman, the committee and the chairman, that he cannot be summoned each and every time. He has work to do. Yeah? Yet we are the representatives of the people. He went on to tell the chairman, you know, the issues we gathered, some are for national government, you know, health is devolved, and some are devolved, for the devolved function of health. So within that team, we had Honorable Abdul Swamad, who is the chairman of the caucus in the Council of Governors. He's the chair of that committee. So he was present with the secretariat. So we had issues that were supposed to be answered or recommended to county governments and some to the national government. Duale was like, you cannot bring me here to answer issues to do with county governments. You know, health is, you know, I have work to do and what have you. When the chairman was trying to calm him down, he told him, no, chairman, you know, I've been a majority leader for 10 years. So what? Now, we have a vice chair who is equally, who does not take prisoners, like you said. He's called Munene Patrick. He stopped everybody from talking and said, hey, Bwana CS, you cannot disrespect our chairman like that and the committee. Duale told him, don't talk to me like that. You're a second-time member of parliament. A second-time member of parliament should know the standing orders of this house. You cannot be behaving like these first-time members of parliament. Do you know what happened? Most members stood up and walked out, including the vice chair. So, me, I said, no, today I'll not allow this man to talk to us like this.
So I told him, hey, we are not your children. You don't talk to us like that. We are representatives of the people. And when I sit in that committee, I don't represent Kitutu Chache South. I represent the nation. Issues affecting the nation matters health. So I told him off, and he raised his voice. And this is what Duale does each time he's confronted by people who mean well for this country. He started saying to blindfold Kenyans that I'm bitter because I own hospitals and they have been closed. I asked Duale to name my hospitals. He has never done that to date. He said he has closed my hospitals. They even sent UDA bloggers to start blogging someone's hospital. And I think later they realized they can be sued because of that. They stopped. Obinna, I don't own a hospital. Not even a chemist. Not even a dispensary. I don't. So what Duale was doing was trying to demonstrate to Kenyans that I'm hard on him because my hospitals have been closed. But if you look at my history since I got into parliament, I've been very consistent on issues to do with SHA. On the issues to do with the law itself, the benefits package, the cost of the system, and the management of SHA. The two companies that are swindling funds from SHA are owned by associates of State House. And that is the truth. They can kill me.
You have evidence to back
yes.
it up? Yes.
We followed up. We went to even Dubai where it was registered and how they registered here. The owner of a Piero, one of the, I wouldn't want to mention her name, but is a wife of an advisor to the president. That one every Kenyan knows. Even you know. You're pretending not to know.
I have no idea.
Now, and the other one is locally owned by the same CS and his nephews and nieces. Now, that aside, we have a problem. The health sector is in shambles. Sometimes I look at what the president...
Kidogo. Before we get the health sector, Duale asked for 7 days to review the documents. He did. In that argument, did he?
He did.
Yeah.
He went. On the day that he came back, he ensured the media is not there. We gave him more recommendations, and they're working on them. But I don't know whether they are really working on them because we haven't seen any changes. Okay. But we hope they work on them. And we even need to amend the act. Yeah? Because, you know, people are supposed to pay SHA on a monthly basis. Okay. Now they have been forced to pay per year. You force a poor Kenyan to pay 6 months, not 6 months, 1 year. Ndiye aweze kupata matibabu ya SHA, it's very unfair.
Okay.
6,000, 10,000, where do Kenyans get that from? You know, you may not understand. But people down there are suffering. And number two, once you pay, again, it does not take care of what your bills. Yeah?
Okay.
And it is so sophisticated, inasema, if you become sick here, you cannot walk into a level 4 hospital, ukue treated. Unafaa kuenda uanze ka dispensary, upande referral, ndio ukuje hapa. What if it's an emergency?
That's what SHA says?
Yes.
For real?
Yes. Of course, they are trying to adjust things here and there, but the law. And we said no. The other thing they had put in the law is that when SHA has excess funds, the authority can invest. That one, me and Nikal, we totally refused. Yeah? And there's one thing I want to ask those who are in SHA. NHIF had land in Karen worth 20 billion shillings. NHIF had bought land. And they had treasury bonds. Hiyo vitu imeenda wapi? Ama mlifunga mkajigawana hiyo vitu? NHIF had land in Karen worth 20 billion Kenya shillings. Is it 2 or 20 billion? Thereabout. And they had a number of other assets unliquidated. Where are those things?
And it also went with the money.
Na ilienda na deni. Na ilienda na deni. Hiyo deni sasa wacha nikwambie. Hawa watu wataki kulipa. Wamelipa marafiki zao. the rest of the people hawalipwi. Wanasema, and let me tell you, when you see government saying we want now to vet these pending bills, jua hiyo ni ukora. How? Unaitwa Obinna, tunaku 350, leta 10%, unaprocessiwa. Mtu fulani, tunaku ngapi? 250 million, leta 25, unatumiwa bill yako. That is what they are doing, or they want to do. Okay. But look here, in 60 years, NHIF had a bill, pending bills of about 30-something billion. SHA, in 1 year, imefika 40 billion. 1 year. Wewe unaniambia hiyo kitu inafanya kazi? Aya, juzi nimeona president akisema wewe lipa SHA. Walk into a hospital, tibiwa, ambia huyo mtu president amesema nisilipe and walk out. Whether it's private or public. How is that possible? Ukiingia hospitali, my friend, lazima upimwe. All those lab tests, nini, how can all that be free? We need to be sincere. William Ruto, you are not dealing with the same people you hoodwinked in 2022. Kenyans wanakuona.
I have a question. You say SHA money wants to be invested if it has an overflow of money.
They wanted that to happen.
They wanted. So how was this working? Were we going to receive dividends? They invest then, if you invest the money.
Ni ukora walikuwa nayo, we stop them in their tracks. And I'll come to, when we talk about the economy, I'll tell you about how these people have acquired banks.
Okay.
And how they are making life for Kenyans difficult because of the banks that they have acquired.
Let's finish with the health sector. Tell me about it.
Now, the health sector...
The good and the bad.
The health sector is in shambles.
Okay.
In shambles how? One, healthcare workers are extremely demotivated.
Okay.
Because of remuneration, mishahara na allowances.
Okay.
Ya workers. Number one, pesa ina delay kutumwa to the counties because Ruto and his friends have to do empowerment in State House. Pesa ya counties ina delay. Wafanyikazi hawalipwi. Unaelewa?
Okay.
Na hawalipwi in good time, that is one. Number two, when you don't pay people in good time, their loans zina accumulate interest. So they become poorer.
Okay.
That is one. Number two, those are healthcare workers. Motivation. Number two, focus ya hawa watu is in brick and mortar. Unaelewa? Wanataka mijengo, vitu zifanywe. Hapo ndio wanakata. Hapo ndio wanajua kukata stake. They don't want to deal with the softwares. The machines that are in the counties, most of them don't work, or the personnel, they don't have people who know how to use the machines.
Okay.
Number three, hakuna madawa kwa mahospitali.
Okay.
Number four, ukiangalia Northeastern province, before SHA, the number of facilities zote zilikuwa accredited. Zilikuwa like 153 facilities across the Northeastern province. Unajua watu ni wachache huko.
Okay.
Right now, we have 700 accredited facilities. Na hizo zinalipwa chap. Uliona wakisema dispensary ingine inalipwa 19 million shillings pale Migori County that has not been opened for the last 10 years. The other day when we raised issues wakaenda wakafieka. Uzuri Kenyans, I've told you Kenyans have evolved. Walichukua video ikifiekwa ikifunguliwa. A dispensary, but let me ask you, do you know it was getting more money than the Migori Referral Hospital or the Kisii Referral Hospital? As in, that should tell you there are a lot of anomalies. In the system, kulikuwa na kitu inaitwa portal yenye ilikuwa inaonyesha kila hospitali imelipwa pesa ngapi. Why did they bring it down? They brought that down. You cannot tell hospitali fulani imelipwa pesa fulani. The chairman of SHA used to own some hospital. He left, akawachia proxies wa manajia. Hii hospitali, you cannot compare what it does with what Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital does. Lakini wakati SHA inalipa, hii hospitali inalipwa 68 million, Moi inalipwa 65 million. Moi unajua ina deal na watu 5,000 in a day. So, health sector is messed up. And I would like to advise the president. He's busy dealing with shiny stuff. Talanta Stadium, mabarabara. Let me tell you, the most important areas to focus on so that you can have peace and Kenyans have peace. One is healthcare. The first thing you need to sack or move Duale. There is a lot of lack of professionalism in Ruto's government. Duale in 3 years has been a minister of defense, chased by the people in the military. Walimfukuza. Environment, now health. How is that person working? In health, he has a lot of complacency. He has a lot of conflict of interest. So the first thing, if you don't deal with health, you're in trouble. And there is the lie, you know, I genuinely detest the president saying, go to hospital, register, go to hospital, get treated, walk out. It is not working. Even you know that. Yeah? Number two, let us get a system that works. Don't insist on this system because ni yenu mnakulia. Okay, mnakulia. Simtafute system inawaka basi. Even the person who owned the NHIF has said, I'm willing to upgrade for you this system to what you want. Just for a small fee. But because deal ishaivana, 104 billion. Na siku hizi hawa watu wanataka kukula for longer even when they are out of office. Unaelewa? Kama SHA, hawa watu wanataka kuikula for 10 years. Talanta Stadium wanataka kuikula for so many years. Hii inaitwa hii fuel levy wame securitize, wanaikula for longer. So wame reduce kuiba from the exchequer, from the consolidated fund, because do imeisha huko wamekula sana. So what the way they are stealing from Kenyans, they are stealing from the future. Do you understand what I'm saying? Kama hii system ya SHA wamesema wataikula miaka 10. So hawataki kuiachilia. Na unajua kwa mwaka wanakula 10 billion. Ndio 10 years inakuwa 104 billion. Anyway, hiyo ni health. Okay. Na health tuko na shida kubwa sana. Okay. Hizo funds tatu zinafaa kutumika vizuri. Watu wanafaa wajue what kama emergency fund is a very important fund that needs to be utilized. Of course kuna SHIF, kuna SHA, kuna all that. Okay. That people need to, hospitals need to utilize, but again, there are no proper systems.
Okay. Let's come to Guze Kidogo education sector. There's this standoff between JSS teachers rejecting the president's directive to promote them in 2 years. There's a story. Now,
I sit in the education committee,
okay.
Yeah, public investment committee. It's an audit committee, education institutions. The first thing, why is the president saying he will give them the permanent and pensionable status after 2 years? Why? Kenya collects enough taxes.
Okay.
Why the president wants to delay them is he is focused on his re-election. He does not care about your welfare. He wants to divert funds to focus on what I call shiny things that he'll point you to, nimefanya hii na hii na hii, for his re-election. He does not think about the welfare of those teachers.
Okay.
They are being paid a meager 18,000 shillings. It is not bad. It is good for a start. But they cannot be interns forever. They need to transition. And we need to employ more teachers, particularly now that in January, students are moving to junior secondary school.
Yeah.
You see, that is something that we need to do. And the president and government are playing around with these teachers. And you need to know, hata wakisema ati huyu mtu akishindwa ataibia nani, na walimu ndio ma presiding officer. Na ndiye amewa overtax, ndio anawa frustrate hivi.
Okay.
Anyhow, second thing, in education,
Uhuru alitoa pesa ya mtihani. Kibaki alisema free primary education.
Yes.
Uhuru aka reduce cost of secondary education wakiwa na Matiang'i, wakapunguza kitu inaitwa exam fee. Huyu mtu amekuja akairudisha. Tuka reduce secondary education fee, tena wameintroduce more tuition fee. Juzi niliona wakifanya press conference ya kujaribu kukataa that is not going to happen, but do you know what happens? Secondary schools strain, hiyo pesa haitumwi. So it means mwalimu ana strain. Amepanga budget watu wakule maragwe mara 3 kwa wiki. So kuna siku watu watakula mahindi boil because they cannot sustain that budget. You get? Capitation for what we call secondary schools, primary schools haitumwi, secondary schools haitumwi. Sasa hile haitumwi imekuwa reduced. So watu watakuwa dropouts wangapi in this country? In William Ruto's tenure, 1 term.
Okay.
Haya, tuende kitu inaitwa higher education. Higher education has been totally messed up with these experiments of this funding model. Why? Kuna kitu inaitwa means testing. Unajua William ananichekeshanga sana. You know, you cannot do means testing in Kenya now. You can do it in the future. Means testing ni ile unaenda kwa system, una enter details, alafu system ina determine utapewa loan kiasi gani ama utaekwa nini gani, band gani ya student. If you go to this system and enter na useme mimi naitwa Obinna, I come from Lela, tuko na ng'ombe 5, kwetu tuko na nyumba permanent, na tuko na water closet, yani choo ya ndani ya nyumba, hivyo. Hiyo system inasema nyinyi wa rich. So wewe unaekwa band 5 ya kulipa the highest amount. Yet nyinyi mnaishi kwa half an acre piece of land. Na kuna mtu mwingine atakuja aseme sisi tunaishi kwa
nyumba ambao
na tuko na choo pit latrine nini, na wako na 8 acres,
like
wako
a ranch,
ranch, wako na ng'ombe inakamuliwa ya maziwa inatoa 30-40 liters, huyo namweka poa. So that means testing system cannot work now. It may work in the future. Yeah? So what we used to do in the past, ndio upewe loan, unasainiwa na chief,
yes,
ama assistant chief,
yeah,
na pastor wako. Hao watu wanajua family yenu. Let's say in my family, while indeed we have been poor, but now there is a brother of mine who is in the US, for example. So it means our status may improve.
Yeah.
So the chief will be able to say there. So utapata loan unapewa ni let's say 35,000. Yule mwenye hana kabisa anapewa like 45. Yule mwenye hana kabisa anapewa like 75, paka kitu ilikuwa inaitwa that time I've forgotten the name. Yeah? But right now hiyo system ndio wanatumia. How can you determine uwezo wa mtu na hiyo kitu? In the West it is possible. In Kenya it will be possible in future when we have all entered all our details online. But okay, right now it has to be determined by the people who know you most. Where you live, it is the assistant chief or your pastor. But we have to transition. I'm not saying tusiende digital, but we are saying, can we transition? Can we be real? Gradual.
Yeah.
Ndio unaona huyu mtu ana experiment. You had Uhuru Kenyatta saying, we're experimenting too many things. Indeed, change is hard at first and exciting at the end. But you cannot change university funding model, NHIF, housing, nini, everything, purely because you're trying to give businesses to your friends. It is unfortunate.
Okay. So before we come and wrap up with Uhuru Kenyatta, we touch kidogo on the bills that were signed. Let's talk about the economy. Now this is now the part that ulikuwa unangoja sana. But muda pia umesonga sana.
Muda imeenda.
Muda umesonga. Naona Pluto anapigwa na baridi. Na unajua anaitwa Pluto. Kwanza he's very far from the sun.
He's very far from the sun. Now, on the economy,
yeah,
number one, the jobs zime reduce. Jobs have not been created. Okay. William Ruto says he has taken 400,000 people to work abroad.
Yeah.
Now, number one, it's a lie. a blatant lie.
Oh.
Yes.
Hakuna watu 400.
The number of people who've gone from 2022 to date, who've gone out to work are 83,000 people.
Okay. These are factual data.
83,000 people. You just go to these embassies and find out how many people have applied for work visa.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 83,000. And number two, I got shocked. The New York Times saying even the president is involved in recruitment. It is very sad. Huyu mtu ni nini ayuko, ni kwa sekta gani ayuko?
The businessman. Mtu asifanye biashara?
That is greed.
Kuna tours and travel maybe.
Number two, ukiangalia, our people are enslaved uko in the West.
Yeah.
Now, let's come to our economy. The economy is doing badly. He's talking about housing. Do you know housing has taken a dip? Ndio nyumba zinajengwa mingi hizi unaona za William. Lakini wale watu walikuwa wanajenga zao reduce. It is one of the fastest growing sectors. But reduce. Why? People cannot afford kujenga nyumba. Raia, walimu, banker. Why? Because of cost of loans.
Okay.
Number one, cost of loans inakuaje juu. Because hawa watu wameenda wakanunua mabanks. They own banks. Sorry. Now this is where the rubber hits the road. Wameenda wakanunua banks. Umeona juzi Sakaja akisema bank fulani watu wa bank na hiyo bank. All parastatals zimeambiwa bank na hiyo bank. Sitaki kusema jina because of a possible lawsuit. Now, hiyo bank imenunuliwa na hawa watu. Why loans zimekuwa expensive ni loan yenye wewe unaweza chukua ujenge nyumba, uchukue uanze biashara. And why the economy is doing badly? The economy, si hawa the big players ndio wana Iran. Ni hizi cottage industries, hawa wanabiashara wadogo wengi ndio wanafanya economy ina thrive. Now, these small players, number one, loan imekuwa very expensive to them or inaccessible. Why? Hawa watu wameenda wakanunua mabanks. They own banks. So hizi banks zina borrow locally. Yani si banks zina borrow locally. Government ana push serikali ina float kitu inaitwa treasury bonds. Unaelewa? Treasury bonds ni more secure way of investment for the bank than giving Obinna a loan to go and do a business that is untried.
They're not sure if the money will come back.
You understand?
Yeah.
So the banks would rather lend the government. And how does government, how do they benefit these people? They're the owners of banks. So banks, they have a certain quota kwa hizo treasury bonds wananunua. Sasa huyu mtu hata atumii pesa zake hawa watu kununua hizo kwa hiyo bank. What they do, they push all parastatals. Uliona juzi Nairobi County wakiambiwa pesa zao wa bank kwa bank fulani. Sasa hiyo bank, hizi pesa iko nayo ya parastatals, ya counties, ya nini, ndio inatumia kwa hizo pesa hazitumiki immediately. Ndio inatumia hizo pesa kununua treasury bonds. Interest ikikuja, si county haitapewa. Hiyo ni pesa yao. Unaelewa? Now, how does that affect the common raia in business? The bank would rather lend government than lend mtu ya kawaida. Na kama ina lend mtu ya kawaida, inaweka interest rate wapi?
Juu.
Sasa interest rate ikikuwa juu, biashara yako haita thrive. Sababu unalipa
profit margin is reduced.
Yeah. Now, na saa ingine hata hawatakupatia because wanapima wanaona hii ni risky. Wacha to lend gava. So, debt ile tuko nayo domestic is this huge. Na vile iko this huge, the beneficiaries are again these players. Wakati italipwa ni banks zao zinalipwa. Na pesa si hao wameinvest, wametumia pesa ya serikali kufanyia hiyo biashara. So that is how the economy is affected. You understand? That is one. Number two, people wanaenda mafarms huko wanalima mchele, wanalima miwa, wanapanda wako na ng'ombe maziwa. Alafu wakati wa kulipwa, KCC that was very profitable during Uhuru's time, now 6 months haijalipa farmers wale wanauza maziwa. So that money is not circulating. Kuja kwa sukari, his friends ndio wanamwaga sukari hapa. Hata tukisema there is a small quota hivi, they open it up, au ndio wanamwaga sukari. So farmers uko Migori, uko Mumias, uko Trans Nzoia are suffering because of this individual who opens it up for his friends to get money to bribe people. Focus ndio yao ni kukua re-elected. They don't care about your welfare. From there, tukuje kwa rice, Mwea and Ahero. Why these industries are not thriving is because they import rice. Wanaleta more than even the market can hold. So ile mchele imetoka Mwea, Kirinyaga, hakuna mtu akona interest nayo. You get? So the economy is watu wako strained. The other thing is, for people to spend, they must have money. Now, you have taken all the disposable income into housing, disposable income into SHA. How will people have money to spend? When you ask Ruto about the cost of living, he'll tell you, kitu inaitwa unga imestabilize. Economy is not just about unga. Unga imestabilize. By the way, this is another thing that you need to tell Kenyans. You know, we have been privileged to have long rains since 2021 mpaka saa hii. Hatujai kuwa na drought. So mahindi, seasons inatoka, mboga inatoka, nyanya inatoka. So hiyo imemanage kudeal na kitu inaitwa inflation at that bit. Lakini simiti, Ruto akiingia, simiti ilikuwa 650. Sasa hii ni 1100. As in, yeye ana kuthrow into what he wants you to look at. You get? Another thing, kuna kitu wamekuja nayo, it is borrowing, it is a debt, but they don't want to call it that. Inaitwa securitization. Securitization ni kuborrow from the future. How? Wanachukua a fraction of the fuel levy. Fuel levy kazi yake ni maintenance of roads, not construction of roads. You must get the difference. Maintenance ni potholes zitengenezwe, ifagiliwe, kukivunjika kitu hapa kando ikuwe repaired, stuff like that. Maintenance ya roads zile za ushago, zile dirt roads, zinafanywa every year because of the rains. Sasa hawa wameenda kwa hiyo pesa, wamechukua fraction of it, wame-securitize. Wakachukua loans za kulipa pending bills zingine. You get? Na kujenga vitu zingine, which is inappropriate. So, in future, so hii pesa inatoka na mafuta. Ile vile unakunywa kwa pump. Now, they have put, wameborrow against that money. What about, as we industrialize, or as civilization inaendelea, what happens? Tunaleta gari za electric motor vehicles. Tunaleta hybrid, zinatumia mafuta kidogo. It means, as in 10 years, the collection ya fuel levy tapunguka. How are you going to pay that amount?
Okay.
That is one. Okay. Number 2, wame-securitize pesa ingine ya sports fund, ya betting. Kujenga stadium, hii stadium inaitwa Talanta. Was it urgent? Is it necessary? Is it practical? He wants shiny things that you look at and clap at him. But I want to ask you, why do you rush and securitize if we don't have money? Wame-securitize pesa ya sports fund. Hii pesa ya sports fund inatokana na betting. Now, in England, there's a time betting ilikuwa very rampant. Members of parliament wakakuja pamoja wakasema we have to stop this thing. Wakaeka sheria stringent. Wakasema hii betting lazima ikuwe reduced. Na tena huwezi kubet kutoka kwa simu yako mara 2 3, you know, things like that. Now, wame-securitize hiyo pesa because watu wana bet. What about Matiang'i amekuwa president. Na unajua Matiang'i na mambo ya betting. Hii betting ipunguzwe tu ile kidogo kabisa. What will happen? Inamaanisha hiyo deni tena itarudi. You understand? Yeah. So these people are in a rush. Alafu unapata hiyo wamesecuritize, wameenda wametafuta investor mwenye ni beste yao, anawapea shareholding ndio wakule hiyo kitu for long. Anyway, hiyo tutaongea ni kitu mrefu sana. The next time I come to Obinna Show.
Si tumebonga. Okay. Hata sasa hii part nyingine naona tu ni hold, alafu tutaongea next time. Lakini wacha nikuulize, tell me one good thing about Ruto's government.
One good thing about Ruto's government naweza kukuambia ni unaona hii kitu inaitwa SHA. Wakisikiza waache kuiba na wafanye ile vitu wanaongea ile, you know, they talk about the ideal situation. Okay. Si vile iko kwa ground. Hiyo kitu ikiwork inaweza kuwa kitu mzuri sana. Kwanza the emergency fund na hizi funds zingine zote.
Okay.
Wakisikiza take the recommendations tumepeana.
Okay.
Yeah? But what other thing can you tell me? Because housing unalipa taxes zikajenge nyumba on a public land, unauziwa nyumba market rate. That is not something we should need to clap. Okay. It is actually, hiyo ni kunyanganya wa Kenya vitu yao.
Okay.
You see? So hiyo ndiyo anajipigia makofi sana, anaongea juu ya Singapore. Housing number one ni kitu imekosea wa Kenya sana, kuwanyanganya pesa yao kutoka kwa mfuko kwenda kujenga nyumba, marafiki zake wapate biashara, na ni kitu nobody is going to ajui kama ata benefit. Na kulikuwa na a very good program ya Uhuru Kenyatta. Ilikuwa inaitwa Boma Yangu, where he was putting in a small budget every financial year, even if it's 20 billion, inajenga manyumba in certain sectors. Inajenga pole pole, mtu ana deposit pesa, ana own, anaanza kulipa rent. Yeye akaona hii haitampea pesa haraka, marafiki zake watauzaje simiti na chuma. Hii kitu lazima tusukume. Na akikuwa re-elected, I'm telling you, kuna kitu anataka kuleta inaitwa car tax.
Yeah, you
ama eco tax ya gari.
Yeah,
hiyo ataileta. Na housing italipo paka na farmers wenye wanapata proper payment on a monthly basis, lazima itakatwa iende kufanya housing.
Don't you think that maybe guys are just misunderstanding the president and he has good intentions with
what
the country?
What good intentions? We know him.
Or
what intentions?
He's behind guys in being a visionary and he's seeing things that most people are not seeing.
You want to tell us he just dropped from heaven, so he sees things that everybody else doesn't see?
Because the way this thing is normally said, so this is what most people see. The president sits down, says, this is a bad thing, but I'm just going to do it because
I'm benefiting and my friends are benefiting.
Or that's your analogy of...
Not analogy, it is a fact. Housing, nakuuliza housing inasaidia aje? Tukue na skyscrapers tujipigie makofi tumejenga. My friend, Angola did the same thing, but Angola didn't get into people's pay slips. They had money from fuel, from their fuel. Walijenga manyumba, 20 years they are not occupied. People cannot afford. Angola.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you believe the intentions are not pure?
There is no intention that is pure. Anything these people do is about how do I gain? How will I make money out of this?
So towards the year, towards 2027, we'll not see you now switch sides and go and say, oh man, the president now is doing the best it can.
That
do.
one I can. I will
because
not
probably will be called to the table and told, bana,
kakitu.
Nyamaza we, unapiga kelele sana kaa.
Nipewe kakitu. Hapana. What I want to tell you is, mimi nataka kuwa re-elected. Saa hii, associate na watu, you're gone.
So the reason why you don't want to associate with them is just because you want to be re-elected?
No. It is because I truly and genuinely want to represent my people in the way they sent me to do. Ulikuwa unaniuliza juu ya Uhuru Kenyatta.
Quick fire, ita kwa quick fire because time.
Mm.
We've seen him coming through kidogo. First of all, is he behind Matiang'i?
Yes, he has demonstrated that.
Okay.
He endorsed him as deputy party leader.
Okay.
And now that he is abroad, he traveled to the US, he appointed him as the acting party leader.
Okay.
Of Jubilee Party.
At the meeting with the grassroots leaders at Thika Greens, the president, former president Uhuru warned a couple of people, including akina Jeremiah Kioni, wacheni kupiga rigijini ni nini.
Which
do you see a unity?
Yeah, there was, when Uhuru has his support,
yeah,
and Uhuru became extremely strong because the things he warned Kenyans about, they came to pass.
Okay.
Yeah. So he has a lot of influence in the politics of the country, and especially Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya is a monster block. So if you have Rigiji pulling this way and Uhuru this way, you'll split it. So he said that so that the mountain can remain united.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is important.
Okay.
So there is unity, and they are talking, and I believe Mount Kenya will come out as one.
Okay.
They may have 2-3 political parties in there, because we have PNU that is very popular in Mount Kenya East. We have Mbas, we have DCP, the new kid on the block that is actually doing quite a lot. There is DP, and then there is Jubilee that will equally have some influence in Mount Kenya. So they definitely have to come together.
Okay.
Yes.
When Uhuru was president, there was a couple of things that were not going well.
Yes.
People are complaining.
Yes.
Why is he being seen as a saint right now?
Because while things were not going well, the quality of life was improving.
Okay.
The quality of life. Right now, quality of life, I'm telling you, more people are dying today than they used to. More people are dying today than they used to. Okay. Forget about the COVID season. I'm saying about regular, when we didn't have such pandemic. Okay. Number two, quality of life was good because education, out-of-pocket expenditure on education was reduced.
Okay.
Yeah? While cost of food at a certain point went up, you could like supplement that with the cost of education. As in, ile pesa ungelipa shule, ungenunua chakula.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Saa hii unanunua pesa unaspend kwa hospitali iko juu. You remember there was Edu Afya. Watoto wa secondary walikuwa nalipiwa hospitali. Saa hii you have to pay. Linda Mama was there, you know. So hiyo pesa you could ungeitumia, and that time we had a dry seasons. Yeah? Number two, attitude. Hakukuwa na kiburi na majivuno na hii vitu unaona hawa vijana around the president wanafanya. Right now there are by-elections. Huko Kisii kuna by-election Nyamira. Mahali inaitwa Kerenyo, kuna mahali inaitwa Nyansiongo, actually ward ya Matiang'i, na kuna mahali inaitwa Nyamaia. MPs wanaenda huko wanasema si tuko na pesa. Tuko na pesa, tutawapea pesa. Wako nayo, but wanajulikana, they don't own a shop anywhere. So they don't, hiyo money wametoa wapi? Ni mshahara yao, because they have to run their constituencies as well. Yeah? So hii flamboyance na wastage was not the kind that we are witnessing today. Okay. So, and Uhuru told us, watu mtakufa, Uhuru alisema hivyo, mtachinjwa, and what has happened?
But during Uhuru's time is when Rivayala was happening, right?
Rivayala happened.
So people also dying then?
People died.
So what's the difference with that and this?
One,
that is death, right?
Who, we want to know who was doing Rivayala. Yes, there are about 20 bodies that were found in Rivayala. But I want to ask, these people keep blaming other people. Why don't we have an inquiry on who actually was involved in this? Instead of pointing fingers. Now we know it is Ruto's government that kidnapped kids and killed. And he said no more killings will be going on. And they stopped. Okay. So for that one, number one, you don't know whether it is police officers or criminals, because there was no inquiry that was done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Third last question. You are a member of parliament.
Yes.
Some bills were signed.
Yes.
Including the computer misuse, cyber crimes amendment bill.
Yes.
You were there.
I was not present, but I want to tell you about that.
Okay. Is it a good thing?
It is not a good thing. There are things that are good in that bill and there are things that are oppressive.
Okay.
Now, what William Ruto did, there was an aggressive assault on the majority side, on the minority side.
Okay.
You call it the opposition. The people who should stand in the gap. Akanunua watu. So, right now, whatever bill they want to pass, they buy people, they have the numbers. Yeah? However, that's why the finance bill ilipita. Now, another thing they do nowadays is this. Such unpopular bills, like the one of privatization, when it was brought and we were almost full house, and they saw that it is going to flop, yeah? The house delays that bill mpaka tunamaliza siku. Hiyo inakuwa shelved. They'll reintroduce it on a day they see people like now, next week on 27 there'll be a by-election. MPs will be out there. Now that is when they sneak in quick bills and they literally call people, individuals, make sure you're in parliament tomorrow, watu wale wao. They're the ones who come and pass those oppressive bills.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
And members of parliament, sometimes you look at something called order paper because we are told it well in advance. Tomorrow, vitu tunaenda kuongea ni hii. Unaelewa? Now, if they want to sneak in something, they will look, watu wamekuja bunge, kuna issue ya sukari, tumeongelea, kuna issue ya, let's say, rice, national parks, watu wameongea, watu wametoka, sa ile, watu wamepunguka, they quickly introduce an addendum to the order paper. They introduce those things, they look at their people, na unajua whips, hawa watu wanaitwa whip, wanaenda huko hivi pale watu wanakunywa chai, wanaita watu paka wanapigia watu hebu kuja bunge, wanakuja, wanabraibiwa, wanapitisha ile bill wanataka kupitisha.
So basically our parliament is useless.
It is not useless.
It's
There
useless
are individuals.
It's because if the majority are being whipped and being paid, and the ones who are minority who are standing with us are very few and they're powerless, so our parliament is more useless.
At least we raise the issues, the public gets to know, the public helps us push the system to do the right thing, including the finance bill. We raised issues, they are saying we incited people, but we raised issues that were in the bill.
Okay.
Yeah? The few of us that raised issues.
Okay.
The public got to know about it, and I saw you in the streets.
I was in the streets, yes.
Yes.
For the
And we
finance bill, and I was also there for Ojwang's death, police brutality.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there.
And we are proud of you for that.
I'm proud of me for that. Yeah, because when I see an injustice, I'll be like, I know
Yeah.
this one.
Injustice,
the reason is this: today
it will
it's
be
you,
him.
tomorrow it's myself, and you will
Absolutely.
not be there. So that's the reason why I was there. However, I know a couple of people came in and changed the whole narrative.
No.
But story for another day.
Yeah.
Aya. Second last question. 2027. Do you see Kenya turning into Tanzania?
You cannot do that in Kenya. You
With
will,
this bill that was signed, the amendment bill,
I want to tell you,
might be able.
number one,
Okay.
Kenyans can navigate the system and be able to communicate in various ways.
Okay.
That is one. You cannot play with Kenyans. We are extremely technologically advanced.
Okay.
That is one. Number two, these people are not going to have their way. Are you listening, Obinna?
I'm listening to
They are
you.
not going to have their way. They are dealing, you know, the culturalization in Tanzania, ujamaa, is different from the capitalism that we practice here. There, people do something up to a certain point and say, let's just let it pass. Here, things will go bad. That I can tell you. And I can see. I've told you this, I told you earlier. Ruto will not be elected by the ballot. Ile inaekwa hivi, it is not possible. The other day I was seeing some data from a county, let's say like Taita Taveta.
Okay.
His support is at 17%. I'm told there are issues there with community land and stuff. His support is at 17%. What is he going to do to take it to? Now, when we do polls, national, yes, today, William Ruto is leading today, but at 21%. What will he do to get to 50% plus one? What will he do?
By you people.
By us to influence people, the people that are suffering, not possible. And you know, a majority of the people, you know, there's 21% and then there's someone following closely, 19%, and then there's 15%. And then there's a whole 28% that is undecided. Do you know what? The 28% that is undecided has decided that they'll not vote for Ruto. They're just waiting for these others to organize themselves.
Okay.
You see,
okay.
That means kura hivi hatapigiwa. Hiyo tu nakuambia ukweli.
Okay.
So, anaweza tumia polisi, na ukumbuke mapolisi wanatoka kwa makabila. Jeshi wanatoka kwa makabila. Hao wenyewe wamechoka. There is no police officer that works in parliament. Listen, there is no police officer that works in parliament that is supporting this government.
Which parliament?
Our parliament. You know, kuna wale polisi wanachunga the whole area. Including people from Rift Valley.
Siao ndo wanatuchapa risasi kwa barabara.
Member, uliona siku ile watu walikuwa wanaingia bunge? Uliona mtu polisi
waliuliwa bunge? Kwani
wale ni polisi waliletwa, si wale wabunge wali step back. I want to tell you, watu wamechoka.
Wale walifinywa Ruoba pale ni akina nani? Si
Ruoba walitoka nje. Si uliona walikuwa na gari paka iko na jina ya police station. Polisi wa bunge wamechoka. As in, I'm giving you an example.
Okay.
And for you to know, huyu mtu hawezi rudi. Saa ingine ukiingia ubaanza yako kwa conversation, ukipanda boda, yule mtu anakuwekea mafuta kwa ile Range Rover yako niliona, akikuwekea muulize. You know, ukisaviwa pale
no, I'm on the ground. I have had facts from the ground.
Yeah, like huwezi sema.
No, I've been talking about them. But watu wa kusikiza ndio mambo ni mingi. Davido put for me a poll. 1 term, 2 term. Simple as that. Just put 1 term versus 2 term as we are wrapping up. We have about 3,500 people watching this live. Let's see, 1 term, 2 term. Now, my last question. Now, I want to mention some names and tell me maybe one sentence, what do you think? Matiang'i 2027 presidency.
Mr. Fix-It. He'll transform this country.
Kalonzo.
Wonderful gentleman. He equally can make a major difference in the leadership of this country.
Riggy
G, for me, is the kind of person Raila Odinga had in Ruto in 2007. He'll push and he'll be the kingmaker.
Oh. You don't see him running for presidency?
He will not run.
Riggy G?
He will not run. Mount Kenya will not have a presidential candidate or running mate. They have decided. And that is dangerous for anybody who played around with them.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. All right. You live in Nairobi, right?
You didn't talk about Natembeya.
Tawe.
I like Natembeya.
Okay.
There are politicians I like in politics.
Okay.
Number one, of course, I like the work ethic of Fred Matiang'i, and I like the consistency that Kalonzo has had throughout. He has refused to be bought. By the way, this government has tried to lure him. He has refused. I like the oomph of Riggy G. The oomph of Riggy G. But now I appreciate the way Natembeya does his politics.
But most people are thinking that Natembeya is more of a localized area. They're feeling he doesn't have the national appeal. That's what they're saying.
That is how you start.
Yeah.
That is how you start.
Okay.
But you see, I'm one of his admirers. I come from a different county or a region.
But in the political space.
Yeah,
so
I like the way he does his thing.
Okay. But would you advise him now to...
ninampenda huyo Natembeya.
Yeah.
I've not met him.
Anachapa kazi. Would you recommend him aendelee kufika national?
Yeah,
apande. Kama amekwama...
Hapana. Kitu ya first lazima udisorganize. Hawa watu wamekuwa huko for long, wameharibu vichwa ya watu. Okay. Wewe unaona Weta anateseka na ward ya MCA. Natembeya amemfinya.
Kuna beef na Weta.
Sina beef na Weta. Mi tu kitu staki.
That's your speaker.
Mi kitu staki ni
hautaongea kwa hiyo parliament.
Unaona wa legacy politicians wanatufinya. Hata anipeangi nafasi. Juzi ndiye ameanza kunipea nafasi na nilimwambia I only speak when he's not on the chair. That's the truth. Na nilimwambia ile siku niliongea juu ya Gen Z, nikasema Gen Z walikuwa tukana ma Gen Z, ile siku mlienda mambo ya Ojwang.
Yeah.
Walikuwa na wa bastardize. Nikasema no, hiyo ndio siku pekee alinipea chance ya kuongea, na tena wakani interrupt. Wako na system nyingine ya kuinterrupt. Mtu anasema point of order Mr. Speaker, anakudisorganize.
ndio usiongee vitu unataka kuongea.
Sasa mtu aziraise point of order.
Hakuna point of order wako nayo, ni kujaribu tu kuensure usikue clear na ile idea ulikuwa nayo. Okay. So ulikuwa umeniuliza juu ya au Rigiji nani nimesema.
Yes.
Na mimi naweza kuambia hiyo team they have to be united.
Yeah.
They are running against an extremely crafty individual, a cunning individual. So the opposition must be united. But again, I want to tell you one thing. Even if they are not united, whoever Mount Kenya will support will be number one. Whoever will be number one. Okay. And he may not get 50% plus one. So even if they split, we don't want them to split. Okay. The opposition must be united.
Okay.
But if they don't unite, then it means nobody will be 50% plus one, and nobody will get 24 counties, 25% in 24 counties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
so politics ya Kenya si kama wakati wa Moi ati ukishinda tu kura una there is this other aspect. You must get 50% plus one, yeah, and you must get 25% in 24 counties.
Okay.
Yeah, na unitafutie mali ya kulala hapa, sijui kama kuna nini Subaru hapa.
Wewe si umekuwa na wewe utajipanga tu. Wewe ni jenzi. Watu wamemoa na vote. Place your vote over there. There's a poll that is there. Which side are you, one term versus two term? Yeah, naona votes zinaingia so far. Two term is 11%, one term is 89%. Yeah, Davido tukimaliza utaweka kwenye screen pale, but ngoja kwanza waweke vote. So put your vote over there as you're wrapping up. You live in Nairobi, right?
Yes.
The parliament is in Nairobi.
Yes.
So let's talk Nairobi kidogo as we wrap up. Babu Owino, Sakaja, there is it Gakuya?
Babu Owino. Don't tell Usiende.
Bro, I've not even finished what I was trying to say. Like, I wanted to ask who has dimples.
I have dimples.
Okay, so Babu Owino.
Babu Owino.
Because of why?
Work ethic. Okay. As MP in Embakasi East, he has demonstrated that he can work.
Okay.
Yeah. The other individual, by the way, he's my good friend, ni mtu wa rika, ni mtu tumegrow na yeye in politics.
Yeah.
But genuinely, ameanguka mtihani.
Tricky kidogo.
Yeah, tricky kidogo. Nairobi, the hoods are dirty, the roads are dirty, repairs take forever. You know, we have
Mosiria amekuwa na nini?
Mosiria is a standout. Mosiria is one of the standout workers in the county, but he's not well resourced, the personnel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The issues Nairobians are raising, Sakaja asinipige mimi kama Kibagendi. The issues Nairobians are raising.
Yeah.
Asikize tu, isikue ati nikiraise issue nianze kutukanwa. Those issues that Nairobians are raising. Unajua nowadays unaongea ukitoka hapo mabloggers wameanza kukutukana, wanasema bibi yako this, sijui wewe nini mambo yako, you know, stuff. But that is not the issue. The issue here is the performance of the Nairobi governor. Even the polls say it. Yeah, it is something that is in question.
Okay.
And why I'm saying Babu Owino is because he has demonstrated at a smaller level. He can do it at a high. Why Matiang'i is being anasukumwa na hao majenzi ni sababu ya what he did when he was in the Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Communication. That is why. You see, you must have demonstrated what you did. While Sakaja was an excellent debater, alikuwa anaenda inaitwa JKF live, anaongea vizuri, it has not translated because he did not manage a constituency. You see, he did not manage a constituency, and probably that is why. But there are a few things that he has done well, but a bulk of the things are not up to what Nairobians expected. But Nairobi pia ni ngumu kumanage.
But the Dishina County thing is doing well.
Dishina County is doing well. It was started by some friends of mine.
Yeah.
They introduced it to the county, and there is a lot of support from donors. So it is an excellent thing. But now, you need to know, a bulk of Nairobians, more than 50%, go to private schools.
Okay.
Now, some of the private schools, kule vitongojoni, naitwa vitongoji,
yeah,
let's say vitongoji huko ndani, they are private schools, let's say like Mukuru, those ones don't benefit from Dishina county. They don't benefit, yet they are the most vulnerable. They need to be supported. So it is something that they need to see. If there's a public school somewhere, it can support the existing private schools zenye ni za vitongoji, so that even those ones can benefit from that program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Haya, hey, we've spoken. The video, how long has that been? 2 days and 6 months. Hey, kisses can talk. So basically it's roughly 3 hours.
So probably I give my closing remarks.
Na bado tumesummarize, tumwambia tumalizie. Na zingine pia nimewacha maswali zingine.
Yeah.
So we have to apologize to Pluto. Pluto is still around. Haki woye. Haki woye, mmefanya Pluto ameenda woye. Sasa tafikiria tumemfanyia madharau intentionally. Mheshimiwa, unaona?
Hata mimi uliniweka.
Nimejua maze. Yeah, today there was mambo imekuwa mingi leo.
Saa 8.
I know.
Saa 1 tukaanza saa 3. Lakini tumalize sasa.
I know. A lot has happened today. And do you know the most strange thing about it? Macarena has not come. Wapendwa muziki have also rescheduled. Now if they came, think
it
about
it. Been crazy.
Man,
remember I was supposed to be here last Monday.
Yeah.
Nikasema
I know. So by the way, if you're watching this, maze, meona Pluto pale Instagram, ambieni tu pole maze. It's not intentional. Mambo imekuwa ni mingi. Haki asifeel tumemfanya madharau. Ya lapi unajua tulikuwa na discuss the matters country. Sasa national tuko zile kidogo. So pia we can't just cut kidogo. But we have to apologize to Pluto for that one. And then we see Mr. Kede. Amekuja. Amekuja kutukana Prince Inda, si ndio? Tatandika. Then you are messing. Thank you so much for coming, Mheshimiwa.
Yeah, my
pole for keeping you waiting. Kutoka saa 8 tukasongeza, but you are very kind, na ukaenda na ukarudi na ukatulia na ukatungoja. Thank you. We don't take it for granted.
Thank you.
Let's continue fighting the good fight. We've done the poll here, and the video you can put it on the screen now. So which side are you? One term is at 88%, two term is at 12%. And that tells us something. Something needs to be done from either sides.
Asante.
However, use that information is entirely up to you. The people who want election and re-election and that space. And the ones who will also be voting, also whatever you do,
those
that
are
information
the ones I want to talk to
is up to you.
In my closing remarks.
As we are closing, camera ndio hii, fanya mambo yako.
Asante sana.
Mpaka ukasonga.
You know, first, Obinna, I would like to talk to the young people of this country.
Okay, please do.
I would like to encourage them to not get into drugs.
Okay.
Getting into drugs is easier than getting out of drugs. So, to the young people of this country, try and avoid drugs and criminal activities. Number 2, again to the Gen Zs, we need to register. You need to register as voters for you to be able to vote for the leaders that you want, or vote out the leaders that you don't want. So go out there and register. Number 3, I would like to appreciate the people of Kitutu Chache South for the opportunity they gave me to serve them as a member of parliament and the support they've consistently given me. Each time a poll is done, I indeed get very good feedback, for which I appreciate. And finally, to Kenyans, giving William Ruto an extra minute in power will be sinking this country to more trouble. You know what William Ruto has done to us, and imagine he's doing that, yet he expects to get a second term. What will he do when he gets a second term and is not interested in being re-elected? So, jipange kama Mkenya, tuungane, we transform our country. Thank you, and may God bless you.
All right, thank you for watching this one. I'm going to see you guys in a short while with Mr. Kede. But before that, let me go and call Pluto and apologize. But thank you so much for coming through. Comment, like, and subscribe if you have not. Maze unatuangusha maze. And if you're loving the show and you want to support it, tuko na till number iko hapo juu. Maze sema tu maze Obinna, big up maze. Nimependa kazi mnafanya. See you guys in a short while.